Good to see you, everyone. My name is Robby Howell, and I'm back after 6 months, I just checked, of not hosting any recorded missions. I am in remission, and that means it's time to break my streak and dive back into hosting headfirst. I could not ask for a better group to get back into the swing of things. I've been meaning to host for you all for a while, and I was given a, shall we call it a painful set of focus words to work with today. But before I get to those focus words, let's talk about the awesome people and the awesome characters who are going to be on it. First of all, the people, starting with Jennine. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jennine. I've been playing Enclave for a while now, and if you recently played at a con in Rhode Island or Massachusetts, I was probably your conduit.
Yeah, thank you so much for it. And next, Meeks. You are muted.
You're muted.
And you're back.
How about now? Yes?
Yes, you're good. You're good.
Hello, hi. I am known as Meekable, otherwise as Meeks, over here in the Enclave server. I have been playing for far too long, but it never stops being fun.
Indeed. And lastly, I think your first time on a recorded mission. Is that true?
Yes. My name is MushroomPlant, or Mushroom, and I've been playing for a few months, and I absolutely love this game, and I'm so excited.
Absolutely, and we are delighted to have you on a recorded mission at last. And next in that same order, let's hear about your characters, beginning with Elspeth.
So I'm going to be playing Elspeth. She is a graybeard. She looks old, but she's even older than that. And she has a tiny kitten that follows her around that can fly.
Perfect summary. Next up, Totoy.
Sure thing. Totoy has been on a couple of recorded missions before, but as a reminder, he is a vessel. He is a little puppet that believes that they are in fact a real boy and hopes that by accomplishing enough missions on the Enclave, he will become a real boy and his father will come back to him.
Brutal. And lastly, let's hear about Morgan.
Morgan is a street performer, and he casts his illusions through music. And yeah, he got those powers, but weird coincidence, through a demon. And now he owes the Enclave a lot of money.
And with that, I received the following brutal focus words. Tears in heaven. The real answer might haunt you. And the guilty conscience of 3,000 people. And to that end, I've come up with a shockingly simple mission premise. You guys are being sent to a skyscraper. You are going to be porting straight into the atrium. You've been sent here because a man lost his son in the building, now cannot find him, and for some reason, every single person in the building seems to be trying to stop him from doing so without violence. It's not like they are body blocking him per se. It's just that suddenly people are being unhelpful about it. They're pointing him seemingly in wrong directions, and in some cases even insinuating that the son was never there. The child is very small, by the way. We're talking like 4. And the building is very large. We're talking like 50 floors. You have to find the boy or find out what happened to him. And possibly harder, if you find out what happened, you have to convince the father that it is true. Because he is not necessarily in a state where he will hear you. Questions?
How old are we talking about when it comes to the child?
Like 4.
Oh, God.
Yep.
What does he last remember doing with his child at the skyscraper?
That's one of the crazier things about it. If you were to ask him, he wouldn't remember.
What was the last thing he does remember?
Last thing he remembers is his child not being there. He was in the atrium.
Yep.
What is the child's name?
The child's name is Aplon. I will put it in chat for you.
in order to succeed in the mission, do we have to, assuming the second clause where we have to convince the father, do we have to convince him like lasting permanently, or just for a little bit? Like, i.e., if I use some illusion magic and convinced him for a little bit, would that be a success? Or
he needs to. It needs to be long enough for him to exit the building.
Gotcha.
Other questions?
Is there magic in this world?
The Enclave has identified that as a strong yes, but none of the people here would believe it. Other questions?
Anything that stands out about the people that tried to dissuade the father from finding us?
It's literally, it seems like every single person in the entire building is doing so.
Are we talking like, though, they're like adults that should be working at the skyscraper? Are we talking about like they could literally be anybody?
Could literally be anybody.
That's terrifying.
Yep.
But it also means it's pretty right for pigeons, right?
Indeed. Other questions?
I think we're good.
Excellent. Nice and fast. In that case, let's proceed to assembly. Your characters brought together from their various incoaces across Manifold to Enclave HQ, vast, gray, led to a plush meeting room by faceless attendants, and brought face to face with each other. You all would enter at about the same time. Let us begin with Morgan in terms of opening actions in assembly. If you could give us a brief reminder of what Morgan looks like, and then fire away with the first actions he would take upon entering the assembly chamber.
Morgan's, he's 31 years old, he's got a little beard, he's got a cool fedora, and a little mustache, trench coat, and he's got a big guitar on his back that has a bunch of like fake jewels on it that he'll definitely insist are real. They're not. And he comes kind of sauntering in and sits down at the table and takes a big swig of something strong. And waits for everyone else.
Excellent. Let's jump over to Elspeth next. Brief description and first actions.
So Elspeth comes hobbling in rather slowly, leaning heavily on her wooden staff. She is a woman who appears to be around 70, with a long graying braid tossed over her shoulder. She's wearing a jaunty feathered hat. And as I said earlier, she's got a small stripy kitten riding in the hood of her cloak. There's something odd about the kitten. He definitely has wings. And she walks in and sees Morgan and just kind of tips the edge of her hat and says, "Oh, good morning, lad."
Any
What are you
responses?
doing, lord?
See you again.
Yes.
Or whatever it is.
Other responses from
Morning to you
Morgan.
as well. Yes, morning to you as well. Good to see you again. I remember back in the diner a while ago, all that business.
At least that was taken care of.
Yes. I remember that was when I did my first song in the Enclave. Tried to scare the pizza guy, which had nothing to do with the mission, but it did work. It did scare the pizza guy.
That was strange.
Well, if there's any pizza guys who need to be scared on this mission, got it covered.
Speaking of strange, Totoy, description and first actions.
Yes, so the third door opens, and there is a little wooden puppet boy. I would say maybe about like a couple feet tall. They are towing the line between cute but also uncanny in how it tries to realistically depict a young child. Something notable about them, other than their very regal looking apparel, which acts as their ceremonial raiment, is that their jaw only moves up and down. Unfortunately, the cheeks don't move, so good luck trying to figure out what expression he's trying to show. Also, he has a wooden toy gun that he's very excited to show off. But in this particular case, he seems to be excited about something else. As he uncharacteristically, like, peeks in, and then seeing that there's 2 other agents in there, he excitedly, like, goes up, and he's holding a piece of paper. And he, like, goes up to the closest one, I imagine it'll be Elspeth, and he holds out the piece of paper, and it is an attempt to write Totoy. A very crude attempt to write his name. That's me!
Being a professor at a non-branded magic school, Elspeth leans down next to Totoy and says, "Oh, very good, lad. But you have to remember, you need a cross on both T's."
No! It's
Aye.
right there! He pointed at the first T.
Both T's.
Rip. Throw away.
Morgan turns to Elspeth and asks, "Is that your familiar?"
No, I think that's our fellow agent. Reason said Totoy, and he said Totoy. So
Totoy.
you can come out,
Morgan
lad.
will-
He's tried very hard. It's very good for a first try.
Morgan will kind of crane his neck over, see Totoy, and he'll tentatively reach out a hand and just go, "Hey, buddy. Name's Morgan."
Looks at you curiously. Do you have any, like, noticeable weapons out on you or no?
No, not weapons, no.
He's gonna look at you and he'll, like, hold on to his toy gun and go, "I can't write, but I'll protect you with my gun."
You know, I from what I've learned on these Enclave missions, it's pretty good if somebody has the gun, and that somebody usually ain't me. So, yeah,
Yes!
sure. Trust the go off, little man.
So excited. Instantly mood better.
I imagine. Any follow-up mentions from any of the agents at this point?
Nope.
Because at this point, the attendant in the room, silent as death as per usual, would turn on a heel and march from it. And the 3 gleaming telepads along the far wall would spring to life. Final actions in assembly. We will start with Totoy.
Quick question. Out of character, were we shown what the child looks like as part of briefing?
Oh, excellent question. The answer to that is yes. So you do have a picture of the child. The child does not have any like major standout features. They don't have like flaming red hair or bright colored clothes. And so as such, all I'll say is you'll know him when you see him.
Okay, good. Morgan definitely took a good look at the picture, just in case.
Yes, I would imagine. And Totoy, final actions before port out.
No, I think he'll be, like, really excited, riding the high of being acknowledged as the defender of the party, and will march awkwardly, a little bit exaggeratedly, over to his telepad.
And final actions in assembly for Morgan.
He'll finish his drink, take a deep sigh, and just go, here we go again. And he'll saunter on over.
And lastly, Elspeth.
Elspeth will drink a cup, finish up her cup of ginger tea, which she probably poured and got distracted by Totoy, so she didn't get to drink it. And then casually makes her way over to the telepad.
And as you all take your places atop the telepads, a tingling would begin in your feet, rising up from your toes all the way through your legs, leaving them feelingless, as though they had fallen asleep by the time it reaches their top. When the tingling passes your midsection, your guts churn violently, and then you no longer feel them. When it passes your chest, your heart flutters, and then you no longer feel it beat. And when the tingling passes your eyes, your vision explodes into ribbons of rainbow color. There's a ringing in your ears. The world falls away, and then there is nothing. And as swiftly as the sensation comes, it leaves. And you find yourselves in a bustling atrium. It's at least 3 stories tall, with a couple of massive TV screens overlooking it, all of which seem to be playing news, weather programs, like advertisements for businesses in the establishment, that sort of thing. You hear faint strings of tinny music playing over some sort of intercom system. People are bustling everywhere. Businessmen, shoppers, people possibly coming to and from their daily jobs and lives. Though, something you note is, since you guys have ported in straight into like the main doors leading in or out, not many people seem to be going out of the building. They seem to mostly, in fact, none of them do, in the few moments since you poured in, they seem mostly to be going to other places within the skyscraper. This ground floor seems to be predominantly shops. And much like a mega mall, there are escalators and hallways leading off to other shops in the distance, but there are also massive, massive elevator booths off to the side that seem to be taking people much higher up into the building. Actions upon entering, we will begin with Morgan.
Morgan's gonna look around. He's gonna see if there's anything that looks like kind of a help desk or something, an info.
Oh, absolutely there is. Morgan would also notice, as he scans, that the help desk, helpfully, has the name of the building, so that we can refer to it. It's called the Lichgate Building.
All right. Lichgate Building, interesting.
Yep, I will put it in chat.
Morgan will mosey on over to the info desk.
Yep. As Morgan is doing so, Morgan is from a modern setting. Is that true?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. This setting would be relatively familiar to Morgan, but couple decades back, tech-wise. Seems to be largely modern, the outfits are largely modern, and while there are some cultural differences that would be like, oh, that's strange and foreign, it's not so weird as to leave Morgan feeling out of place. Morgan would be the most in place of all the agents here by far. Upon approaching the help desk, you see that it is manned by an absolutely ancient-looking fellow. He looks at least 90, and he has on like a little uniform that looks like it fit him when he was maybe 50.
And Morgan's gonna go walk over and he's gonna say, excuse me,
Yeah?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
What?
I'm looking for my son. I seem to have
Excuse me? He leans over the desk between you and him.
I am looking for my son.
You're looking for the son?
No.
You just look outside to find it if you're looking.
Yeah, so,
What?
have you heard any reports of anyone missing or anything? I'm quite nervous.
He blinks and says,
Let me check.
and you see him go down and start to try to make use of the intercom. And as he does so, he presses a couple buttons.
Not right.
You hear the intercom squeak and scream a little bit as the music cuts in and out. And then you hear his voice broadcasted.
Oh, that's not right either.
And then after another moment, you hear him get the right one. The intercom doesn't squeal anymore, and you hear the music playing again.
He says, Hello? Hello, Bennett? Bennett, can you tell me if my son is missing?
And you hear on the other side of the call, No, you're fine. Promise.
No, it's
Oh,
not your son, it's my son.
And
he says, what?
looks up at you.
And Morgan,
You hear a click on the other
just,
end of the
walk
line.
behind the desk.
Do you want to?
Yeah. If I
He
can,
doesn't stop you, yeah.
I don't think he's gonna. I want to walk over and kind of gently.
You see
take
that
the
as
mic
you
out
walk
of-
behind the desk, he's only wearing boxers rather than pants, and doesn't have any shoes on.
All right. After a brief, slightly judgmental glance, Morgan will take the mic and just go.
Hey,
Attention to the checks notes.
The intercom
Lichgate
screams.
building. Sorry. Attention to the Lichgate building. We have received reports of a missing child. It
As
is
soon
my
as you
son.
say the word missing, you hear the intercom scream again, and the transmission is cut. The music goes back on.
the man says,
Morgan
is my son missing?
looks at him and goes, "Yeah," and then walks away.
Oh no.
Says the man. Before we go further, however, first actions from Totoy upon porting in.
Oh gosh, okay, so this little wooden child from a time period that is older than, I presume, the environment that he's in
Oh, yes.
currently goes into this big building. What would a child do?
Well, I'll tell you
first?
one
I'm
thing.
curious
TV
now.
screens are
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yes, they are. And I think he would be, it may do a quick pitch of like on the TV screens, there's like news, but then there's also a commercial about like a brand new toy that's coming out.
Exactly,
And it looks
yeah.
like a modern day doll, and he'll just be like enamored by it. And we'll just like immediately, I would imagine he'd be like holding on to Elspeth's cloak, but then being entranced, will let go and immediately go up to the TV to do it.
Look. This doll even has a little string, and it talks when you pull the string. As Totoy is staring, any follow-up actions from Elspeth?
So Elspeth will walk up behind Totoy and just kind of lean over to him and say, "So, I found out recently there's not actually wee men in those boxes."
But is it? Are they missing their dads too?
I can, but I do know that it's like someone took a theater performance and captured it in the box, but the people are okay. I learned that word recently too.
Sounds scary. Why would they capture and then put it in them? And that doesn't sound good. And then he'll look around.
As you do so, you would hear Morgan's voice come on over the intercom, and as soon as that word missing comes on, it's cut, and it goes back to music.
Totoy is like terrified at this point. There's talks about like, oh, they like put a voice in the thing, and then there's a voice over there. Like there's a lot of voices going on, not to mention the dark voices that are controlling him, but like that's beside the he will, if I may, like pitch that underneath this TV there's like a little bench for people to like sit on. He will stand on that. May I?
Yeah, I don't need luck for that.
Lovely. We'll stand on it, and we'll try to let's see. I think he would be trying to find the father. He would be trying to like find someone that looked like a little bit lost, a little bit kind of confused.
Spirit?
And it's two.
Two?
Two.
Okay. I didn't know if it was 2 or 3. Okay, excellent. Just off of that, the only thing that would be pulling Totoy based off of that double plus to spirit is in the same way that he's nervous about the boxes and the voices and all of this strangeness around. There is another thing that would make him a little nervous. Now, I know that his homeland does not have the same tech level or anything like that, but I think he might know the word police.
Yes.
And because of that, he sees that there is a little in-building police station that's on the ground floor as well.
Interesting, and I would get a bad feeling from this.
Yep, you would get like a... You're describing Totoy's feeling lost and strange. Mm-hmm. And he feels a lost, strange kinship from within that police station. A feeling of discomfort, right. Unlike the rest of the crowd.
All right. Because I'm thinking in my head, right? He's like, oh, this like getting like discomfort from that area, but he's also a kid, and he's like been told that, hey, the police are there to like help you mm-hmm. and all that, even though that didn't quite manifest in like a couple missions ago, but I digress. We'll tug on Elspeth and go, do you think that maybe the police can help us? They maybe the kid knows that they should go to the police when they're lost.
What's the police?
They and then he's like desperate, like, oh god, what is the police? They protect people, and they hit people, and they take people.
Oh, like a constable. All right. They might know.
Would Totoy be dragging Elspeth towards the little police station?
He would point it out. I think he would be hesitant to like drag him over. If anything, if Elspeth kind of like notices, like he'll kind of like raise his arms up in kind of like an uppies kind of motion.
Elspeth looks down at him and is like, I'm an old woman, lad. I am afraid I'd drop you. But I can try. Just, like, I can try. And she'll kind of loop one arm between his arms and see if he's heavy.
That's a good question.
He is a wooden puppet. He is quite light.
Yeah, much lighter than a child, I think.
Yes. All right. So, you're like, all right, put him on her shoulders. Just find the cops, please.
And then his head will do like a 180 looking straight at like the police booth, and then we'll turn his arm like in the direction pointing towards the police booth. That
way. Elspeth starts walking to the police station.
Before we go further, let's jump back over to Morgan. After the incident with the intercom, what would Morgan like to do?
Well, Morgan isn't so easily discouraged by a broken intercom. He wants to make his own intercom with blackjack and hookers. And he's going to do that with using his microphone, common item, and his portable amp, which is a reskin ceremonial drum with an enchantment. And I want to plug in the microphone.
Yep.
Which does take a low duration, so I might take a second to do that. And after I have that done, I want to again say, has anyone seen my missing son, Aplon?
And as you're doing so, you see a couple of people walking immediately around to get like kind of startled from an amp blasting sound just next to them. You also see that some of the people who don't get startled, you see them casting looks over, looking... It's not angry at all. It's scared. You see people looking scared, like pearl clutching, almost literally in some cases, whispering to each other, hands jump to mouths. Some people forcibly, like you can... Morgan has a pretty good spirit stat, if I recall correctly. It's what, 3?
Or
is it?
No, it's just 1.
Is 1? Okay, pardon. And because of that, at least one person you can see kind of like walk past you too fast, so that they don't have to look, you know? Morgan was a street performer for a little while, is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, then he would be well familiar with the sensation of someone trying not to make eye contact so they don't feel obligated to tip. It's like that, but much more serious. That said, his announcement receives 0 response, though, well, I'll get to that in a moment. Follow-ups first.
Yeah, well, Morgan, seeing that everyone is ignoring him, he just leans into it harder, and he takes the mic, and he just goes, "Has anybody seen a blonde? Has anybody seen a blonde?
And as
My
you
son is missing."
and as you do so, people like are looking very uncomfortable. Like when someone on the bus starts to try to talk to people. They are looking like they really do not want to be near you, do not want to be listening to you. People get up from their seats nearby to try to push away. People cover children's ears and try to move them away. And also you would hear of several, like maybe 2 or 3 sets of feet kind of hurrying towards your direction from vaguely behind.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna slightly glance over at who those sets of feet might be.
Police. Again, they don't look angry. They look nervous.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then in that case, I am going to keep singing my song, and then if they get close to me, I am going to glitter bomb and run away.
They sure do get close to you. Poof! The glitter bomb goes off. Are you bringing your amp?
Yes.
Yeah. So glitter bomb goes off. You hear a couple of like sounds of alarm and concern as the glitter bomb goes off. But with amp in hand and microphone in the other, where do you want to go?
Just kind of maybe back the way I came, see if possibly I'll bump into my other Enclave agents.
You can see. Excuse me. You can see them, but they're far enough away that once you exited the glitter bomb, there would be a bit of a hoof to get to them. During which time, everyone could see you.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna run over to the agents. Maybe they'll help me figure out the situation.
As you are running out, the moment you leave the glitter bomb, you hear a voice over your shoulder. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, please stop. Please stop. We need to detain you for just a moment, please.
Okay. Well, that's fine. They can detain me because I'm going to get out one of my Morgant Not Really hymns, my decoys, and I'm going to just throw one of them down. And
what are you going to do with yourself?
I'm going to keep running away. But what I want my decoy to do is he could do a basic low impact action, and I'm hoping that can involve talking, because I just want him to go, "Where's my son? Where's my son?"
I accept this for a decoy. And as you deploy the decoy, and it starts, "Where's my son?" You can hear the police over your shoulder. Sensory stat? It's pretty good. It's got to be good.
2 or 3, 2.
2, yeah. You can hear the police over your shoulder. One says, "How there been 2 of them? Where'd the other one come from?" And you're, don't worry, I got this one. You go after the other one. And you hear the second police officer trying to like hold your decoy. "Excuse me, sir, we need to talk to you. Please, no, I understand your concern, but please keep your voice down. You're disturbing the public peace," etc., etc. At this point, however, Morgan would catch up with Totoy and Elspeth moments before they reach the actual police station itself. Totoy and Elspeth, you saw the small duo of police officers goes rushing out at the sound of disturbance, but, I mean, it's not directly relevant to you guys unless it would be. Actions that you would like to take after you see the 2 police officers leave the station.
Oh, if they try to hit Morgan, what do you think we should do?
Wait, are you saying that to Totoy?
Yeah.
Ooh, so you asked, oh, they're gonna hit Morgan.
If they hit Morgan, what should we do?
If they hit Morgan. Yeah.
We call the police! Wait. He's like, brain is broke at this point. He's like, wait a minute, but they are the police.
At this point, Morgan, you would see Morgan deploy the decoy and come hustling over to you. Morgan, anything you would want to say or do with your 2 teammates as you reach them?
I'll just yell over, "I've been doing some very important agenting. I might need a little help."
I think they like your singing loud.
Wasn't my greatest hit, I don't think.
So, but your voice was over there, but now it's over there. Pointing at his throat.
And the
The
decoy.
magician never reveals his secrets.
The police officer reaches the group, kind of puffing a little bit. Excuse me. And puts a hand on Morgan's shoulder. Excuse me, sir. Could I have you take a seat in the station just for a moment? We need to just ask you a couple questions. If that's all right.
I suppose it is. What, is music illegal now?
Well, broadcasting without a license is technically illegal, but I can waive that misdemeanor. It's not the bigger concern. We need to know what is drawn you to disturbing the peace. If you're concerned about a missing child, I'm happy to talk to you about that, but I can assure you that he pauses for a second and says, how do you know, for starters, where the child went missing? If maybe we can backtrace your steps. I can speak to some of the other security on other floors. We can maybe try to find him.
We were all over the place. We went through all the departments, and I mean, I was going from store to store, and then suddenly I look back, he's not there anymore.
Oh, so he was in the stores. Excellent. That's a great place to start. We can fan out. We can do a quick search. I'm sure we'll find him, but I just need you to take a seat in the station. Having you hurrying around like that, it's unfortunately, it's not something we can allow. Do you understand?
I see where you're coming from, but well, do you have any kids?
He says, no, not mine.
Well, if you did, you'd know why I'm so agitated.
Of course I understand, but you need to understand as well that when your agitation disturbs the peace, it makes it harder for us to do our job. It'll be easiest if everything is calm and we're able to go about this in a methodical manner. You understand, don't you?
Fine, I'll go sit in your little station.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. He would kind of like pat Morgan on the back and kind of turn him around. And as he'd bring him out of the station, you guys would, I would say, actually, Totoy and Elspeth would get to the station just before these two because they're busy yapping. What would you guys like to do as you reach? Do you want to go straight inside, or is there anything else you want to do instead?
Are there any windows? Can we see if there's if we can see through into the police station, see if there's any chairs, anyone sitting on the chairs?
Yep. There's a small collection of chairs. There's like a little tack board with things up there. There's a receptionist who's chirpily chatting away on a little intercom system to someone else, maybe elsewhere in the building. But it's like a small cubicle, as you might expect for an in-building police station.
And that feeling of unease that I get, has that changed now that I'm closer to the station?
Again, the way I would describe it is it's unease in the sense of Totoy's unease. His feeling of lostness and unfamiliarity, the only parallel to that he has felt is in this station. It's not the receptionist, it's probably deeper.
Okay. Because I guess what I'm trying to get at is it a feeling of you go to the police when something bad happens, meaning that something bad has happened? Or is it we go to the police when something bad happens, but what if the police are the bad happens?
It doesn't feel like either. It feels more like Totoy's own sensation of feeling lost is being mirrored by someone or something in this building.
Okay. So it doesn't look like there's anyone sitting on the chairs, is that correct?
As he kind of pushes his little wooden face up against it, he actually does see over in a corner there is someone who is sitting in there as well, and immediately he would feel that little skip inside of him.
Mm-hmm. Face still pressed against the window, he would say, I think that's the person we're looking for.
Elspeth?
So she's going to turn slightly so Totoy is no longer pressed to the window and probably immediately have to catch him.
Indeed.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And then kind of ducks so they can both fit through the doorway.
Absolutely. And as you pass your way through, your hat bending slightly and then sticking back up as you make your way through, the receptionist brings down the intercom and says, "Hello there, I'll be with you in just a minute. Please have a seat."
a half wave, sit down. Put Totoy on the seat next to me.
Yep. Elspeth would also see the slumped man in the corner. She would see Elspeth's spirit stat.
2.
2? Yeah. She and Totoy would both immediately get the sense that this is a miserable individual. It's not that his clothes are in rags. It's not that things are stained in any way. He looks much like some of the other people that you've seen around here, with the one exception being that he looks disheveled. Not in the sense of like he looks like he hasn't slept in a while.
Does he meet the description of the father of the boy?
He would be a match. You didn't get an image of the father for the record, but he fits the age profile, and he looks enough like the picture of the boy to be passable.
So she's going to sit, if she can sit close to him and whisper to him without being overheard. And lean over him. Are you the one who lost his son?
He jerks upright immediately and looks to you.
You found him?
Oh, we're here to help.
He sighs heavily and slumps back into place.
Totoy will get off of the chair, go up to the sad man, and go, "No, don't be sad. We're here to help, and we're gonna find him. Don't worry."
He looks at Totoy. I don't know if Totoy is used to people looking at him and saying, "Oh my fuck, it's a talking puppet." However, in this particular case, you don't see any registry from the man that you are anything besides a child.
Great.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And he says, "Thanks, son. Thanks."
Okay, but you can't be sad anymore. So, stop. Or I'm gonna be sad.
He looks to Elspeth, asking for help with his eyes.
So, what can you tell us? Can you tell us anything?
He
That
shakes
would
it.
maybe make things easier.
He says, "I've told everything I can to the police, and I was in the elevator. We were going down, and I wasn't holding his hand. I can't remember anything before that."
What can you tell us about a... Tries to say ape, just can't remember quite.
Yeah. And the man says, "He's about your age. He was wearing blue overalls. He has brown hair. Kind of like mine. His hair is graying, for the record." He says, "I think he might have had his little backpack on, but I can't remember." Elspeth can feel that this man is about 1 minute off of an emotional breakdown if he keeps having to talk about it.
All right.
You better
So,
stop. He's gonna keep talking about it.
Yeah. So, Elspeth is going to take out her church warden's pipe and tap it to light it.
Yep.
And then just kind of gently let out the smoke near him to try to calm him down. And then immediately stash it because I'm sure the receptionist is giving her a dirty look.
Looking over, it looks as though the smoking wasn't noticed, though there is a big fat no smoking sign. Now, that said, Morgan, at this point, the officer has brought you into the station. As he does so, he leads you past the other agents behind the receptionist desk and into the actual body of the station. Actions Morgan would like to take.
I'll keep walking along. I'll give my fellow agents just a little wink as I walk by. But I'm not going to give off signs that I'm affiliated with them.
Yep. Fortunately, Totoy does not notice this. And You're brought to a room towards the front of the station. He lets you inside. He leaves the door open, takes out a pad of paper, and says, "All right, I'd like to please give me every detail you can possibly remember. Everything about the child, the location, names, what you were here for, everything, please." I'm not going to have you come up with literally everything on the spot, but I'd like a couple sentence summary, if that's okay.
Well, we were going from store to store. I was, buying some new clothes. I mean, check out this hat. I mean, it looks so good. It's so fancy. I saw it and I couldn't resist. And I mean,
back to school shopping.
Yeah. I mean, he needed a hat too, I suppose. And yeah, we I went out to get a bite at the food court, and next thing I know, I look behind me, and he's not there. So I'm like, okay, well maybe he just got lost back in the other store. So I go back to the other store, he's not there either. So then I start panicking, and oh man, I don't know where he's gone. I don't know where he is.
One moment. How old is the boy? What's his name?
His name is Aplon. I think he's he's 4.
Right. And you're doing back to school shopping, so that means is he entering kindergarten soon?
Yeah, I'm really proud of the little guy. He's
great.
Yeah,
and he closes his pad and he looks over. He says kindly, "Sir, I'm going to need you to level with me. Why were you actually here? School's been going for multiple months now." And there's another man who delivered a report for a boy of the exact same name. I need to know what's going on.
I'm so confused. Is there another guy who's after my child? What's going on here? What?
Dear. Why does it always have to be Saturdays that get complicated? He says...
And we homeschool.
He says, sure. You see that he's gone from kindly and understanding to being frustrated and gruff. And he says, we're going to need to fingerprint you. Please come here.
All right, sure. Morgan will reach out a hand.
Thank you. This being not a quite fully modern setting, he has the fingerprinting is a much more casual process. He says, "Great, and print just like this. I'm gonna need your full name. I'm going to need your address. I'm going to need as much identification as you have on you. If you don't, that's fine. We are not legally allowed to require it, of course, and for good reason." But as he is going through this with Morgan, I'll give you a moment to think of what other elements of cover story you want to give, address, or if you want to give any such information. But jumping back over to Totoy and Elspeth, Elspeth would have seen Morgan been taken through to the back of the station. What do the other two want to do with the man up front?
Like I said, I'm just trying to calm him with my first warden pipe.
Yeah. It seems to have done the trick, even that one quick puff, though, don't get me wrong, too much more and he probably will spill over the edge again.
Yeah.
So have you looked anywhere?
Totoy looks like he's wants to ask the guy more questions, like does he have a pet? What is his favorite color?
Yeah,
all these
exactly.
questions. You have to do something to stop him, otherwise he will just start asking these questions and have this guy have a complete breakdown.
So Elspeth is going to pat Totoy on the shoulder and say, "Why don't we go look at that toy store over there for a minute?"
Do you think the son went into the toy store?
Maybe. And she's going to whisper.
He
to the...
mouths "it's okay" back and says, "I'll be here if you find anything." Just trying to wait to see whether they can do their job.
What kind of toys does he like? Totoy asks, just can't stop himself.
He had a little miniature piano. He says, choking up a little bit.
I think Totoy missed the word miniature, and he's in his head's like, "Okay, we're gonna find a piano."
Yeah.
she's just gonna pick Totoy up again, put him back on her shoulders, and then duck out the door.
Absolutely. Back onto the floor of the skyscraper, with the people moving about as they are, and the music playing still over the intercom, and the occasional announcement, and the big screens broadcasting, and the department stores spilling out beyond, and the elevators off to the sides. Where do you guys want to go? Elspeth is driving.
Looking for a toy store. Not that she completely has reference for it, but toys are toys, so...
Yeah, and I will tell you that she has a very effective toy store homing missile up on her shoulders right now. Any child knows where any toy store is within a 5-mile radius at any given time, and as such, you find one in about a minute. You can feel that you've found it because Totoy starts steering you.
No, over there, like just like directs your head.
Yep.
Yep. And she will walk to the toy store.
It's a big one. Actually, that's a great analogy. If you've seen the movie Big, imagine the toy store, the department store that they have in that one as well. Just like 2 stories. It is the by like our tech standards, like a 70s era child's like dream place, with all sorts of like thank you, Rich. Toys be you. Perfect. And upon entering, you see that it's active. It's not completely packed or anything, but there's at least a dozen families on the floor when you enter.
Does it have one of those giant keyboard things? Because I'm sure that will completely distract Totoy if they
Yes,
have
it
one.
does. It has one of the floor keyboard things. That's what made me think of the movie Big.
So she's going to put Totoy down and kind of direct him towards the floor keyboard.
Yeah, he'll be excited because at first he'll be confused, but then he'll see the keys and be like, that is clearly a piano.
Yep.
What even is miniature? Who cares? He's just gonna go up to it. And then he'll look up and down, and I take it that he doesn't see a kid that fits the description of a plum.
Nope.
And then he'll kind of be dejected, and then he'll end up stepping on one of the keys, not really expecting anything to happen.
Dong.
So then when there's like a bong, like steps back and like takes his gun and points it at them.
After doing so and the piano doesn't bite him, would he try it again?
Oh, 100%. 100%. We'll just go up and then just go dong, dong, dong. Dong, 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 dong. Like, you know when kids like start like it just sounds awful. Yeah.
Of course.
Great.
As
It seems like he's distracting himself, forgetting that he was sad literally like 5 minutes ago.
Again, Rich with another gem in chat immediately plays Toccata and Fugue in D minor. Excellent. And Elspeth with Totoy occupied. Actions from you before I jump back to Morgan.
She's going to start looking around at the kids in the toy store and seeing if there are any that stand out by being not with an adult.
That's an excellent question. And the answer is, like, maybe surprisingly, given her experience on Enclave missions, no. Seems normal. Like, they are with the closest she can see is, like, a little troop of 8-year-olds. But you can see that there is a harried-looking woman trying to find them at the same time. So they clearly are part of a pod.
Okay. Yeah, she was looking for anybody out of place.
Yeah. And sniffing... Oh, pardon?
And is terrified of leaving him unattended, but kind of wants to go check out other places.
Indeed.
So she is not going to leave him alone immediately, but she's going to wander around the toy store a little bit and see if anything jumps out at her.
Yep. Well, the main thing that would jump out at her, given she's from a different tech level, is all the damn screens. There's so many. And each of them is blasting information into her eyeballs. It's wildly overstimulating. There's even, like, a little cartoony thing being like, today is Saturday. You know what I mean? It's displaying the day of the week, month, year, etc. And then a little while past that, you can see that there's another little screen with a little, like, kids programming thing showing, like, here's how the weather works. Today is rainy. Like that sort of thing. But besides all the damn screens, anything else in particular she would be looking for?
Um, anything that says like new, like or just in, or
Oh,
anything like that.
absolutely.
Any special new toys?
They have a shelf towards the front.
Okay. I go look for the new toys because I know that new things are what attract people's attention, even
Yep.
in the olden days, which she's from.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing of, like, that would maybe even make her be like, oh, I kind of know what's going on there, is there is a toy hobby horse, or like a rocking horse. But in this case, it is automated. You can plug it into the wall, though she's not really sure how that is supposed to work, and it rocks itself.
She looks at the horse at the top of its head.
It's actually like in the wall, like plugged into the wall, going back and forth, patting its head. It feels of plastic. Is there anything else Elspeth would like to do for the moment? Because if not, I'll jump to Morgan and give you a moment to think.
No, she's just exploring the new toys.
Absolutely. Morgan, back over to you. Police officers trying to get as much information out of you as possible. What would you give them in terms of things like name, address, occupation, why you're here, age, all this other stuff? What would Morgan be saying?
Well, here's the thing. The first thing I'm going to do is do a little quick flick to my hair. And in doing that, it looks like I'm just adjusting my hair, but what I'm really doing is putting on my persona mask.
Oh, excellent.
And what I would like to do is, it's sort of a, just kind of like an old, like, kind of like a mystery theater kind of mask. And my persona that I want to do for it is just like sort of like a mysterious, like, kind of like cult type of person, if that makes sense.
Give me a bit of an idea of the visual.
It's like sort of mostly dark, but it has like a little like a moon symbol on it and like a little star up in the corner.
Absolutely. The police officer, who's back to his notepad, says, could I please get your name, sir?
My name is Morganus. And I am a member of the Lichgate Legion. You have done well.
He surreptitiously closes the door.
Good. They need not hear us. You see, that man out there, he is an imposter. And he is trying to kidnap this child. But it is okay. I can take him into my custody.
The man blinks.
Do not worry, I know your police.
He tries to conjure up a couple of authoritative statements, and failing that a few times says, are you upper management?
Here, this may help. I take out a piece of paper and I would like to veneer it to just basically be a sort of occult-looking pamphlet, and which has a crude drawing of the mall itself on it, which I don't know how accurate that'll be because I haven't seen the outside of the mall, but something resembling what I think it probably looks like, having seen the inside, and with the icon, the Lichgate Legion. At the same time, I'd like to cast a manifestation, dimming all of the lights, and I would like to float up a short distance up in the air with my billowing cape. And I say, here, perhaps this will help you understand. The boy is the chosen one, the one who will save this mall. If he is recovered safe and sound, promotions for you all.
His hand drops away from his intercom. Well, you can feel him battling the galvanization of the mask, but he says, you said you can take the fellow out there into your custody?
Yes, the mole will be safe so long as he is with me. He's a very powerful magician.
You understand, of course, that this is a breaking of our vow to protect and serve. This man has, this man came to us, and he can't quite conjure up the words for it, and so he says, I cannot give you official permission. However, I can say that this interview has concluded, sir. He closes his notepad.
Morgan immediately drops the billowing cape and takes off the mask and just goes, "Awesome, thank you," and walks out the door.
You see the man frowns and looks like he's about to protest, but by the time he does so, Morgan is out the door. And are you making your way back to the reception area?
Well, quickly, I will go say, go walk over to the, No, I'm not going to push my luck. Yeah, I'm just going to leave and walk to the reception area.
Yep. You can see the miserable-looking man is staring out the window. You don't see your fellow agents. What would you like to do? The woman is still on the intercom.
Well, if I don't see my fellow agents, I'm just gonna go and take a poke around and see if there are any anything seems out of the ordinary in any of the shops nearby.
Certainly. Well, one quick thing you would catch is you'd get a whiff of tobacco as you are leaving. A vaguely Elspeth-flavored whiff of tobacco, I will add. But as you leave and head out towards the main mall area, the thing I would remind you of is the mall is just one section of the entirety of the skyscraper. It's just the bottommost part. Morgan, glancing around, can't immediately tell what other things are part of the skyscraper, but he can see the elevators going up into the ether. And the mall area itself, well, very comprehensive. It has all the stores you would need to live a fulfilling life, pretty much, if you are, a apartment-bound individual living in the big city. But just at a quick perfunctory glance, spending a minute or two to do so, he doesn't see anything super out of the ordinary. But of course, if you want to go deeper, that may change.
I think instead of going deeper, I'm going to go to the top. There's a big skyscraper. Maybe there's something at the top.
Yep, head over to the elevator.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And as you head over the elevator, it's one of the ones where they still have a bellhop, even though there's absolutely no need to have a bellhop, because, everyone can press a damn button themselves. And as you approach, an elevator opens, people come spilling out, a couple other people go trickling in. Unless you're trying to get an elevator all to yourself or something, which is probably not going to happen, would you join them?
Sure, I'll join them.
And you hear the bellhop taking numbers. All right, what are you going to, ladies and gentlemen? Seventh floor, certainly 50th floor, all the way to the top. Very well. And he points to Morgan. And you, sir?
Yep, 50th sounds good, all the way to the top.
Great. Do you bring your camera?
You know it. I sure did.
Excellent. He presses the button twice. He says, and on our way up. It stops a couple of times. People get off, people get on, people get off, people get on. All in all, the trip to the 50th floor takes 5 minutes. It's not a quick elevator ride. And it's not because the elevator isn't fast, it's because of all the stops. But by the time Morgan gets off, you would hear, enjoy your day, sir, take some good photos. And he steps out and immediately is hit with crisp air. It's breezy, and there's not a lot of smog or anything. It's also quite dark, darker than the interior would have led him to believe. Actions he'd like to take up on the roof. It's
So
like a walkable roof.
I think that if it's walkable, I'll walk around.
And Morgan immediately realizes that there is something incredibly wrong. The metropolis he is looking out across looks futuristic. Beyond his time period. And the air is clear and smog-free, and the air is cold, and there is a hint of frost in it. When he was down below, it felt like there was daylight coming in through those windows. And moreover, there were several other people who got off at the 50th floor, and yet he is alone up here.
Oh, wait. So the other people got off on the same floor as me, and now they're not next to me?
Yep.
That's Well, in that case, Morgan, he's not an expert on all things magic, but he does know a little bit about magic for hiding things and disguising things. So he's going to consult his good old trusty hat and see if there's anything magical around here that is hiding something.
Well, quick note, not to be a poo head about it, of course, but we did actually change the wizarding hat.
Does it not do the expertise on magic topics?
The wizarding hat does do expertise on magical topics, but give me some more information on what specifically you're doing for an expertise. Pardon me, I thought you were going for the V1 version where it was giving you insights on magical topics.
Oh yeah, I might have been slightly mixing that. What I want to do is basically see if there's any illusion type things that I could get, trace residue of and possibly reverse engineer slightly.
What physically would you be doing to do so? Or magically speaking?
Well, I think most of my magic is sourced from my songs, so I would be just sort of humming around in the air, seeing if any of the vibrations or frequencies are acting slightly out of the ordinary.
Well, there's two things I can add to that. Is Morgan standing still as he does this? Is he looking around? Is he moving? What is he doing?
He's kind of pacing around.
Yeah. Well, in that case, there's one mundane thing and one very much non-mundane thing that he would notice. First of all, as someone who is versed in illusion, he does not sense an illusion. There's no pretty way of putting it. It just doesn't feel the same. Maybe it's a wildly foreign one, but he doesn't feel the same. More notably, however, he sees that on every single one of the top floor windows that look out onto the walkable area from the elevator landing, there are signs put across that say condemned.
Mysterious. Well, in that case, Morgan's going to try to just poke his head back into the building in the elevator where he came from.
Yep.
And see if it still looks the same.
But there are
back in
people.
there.
There are some people who are waiting for the elevator, chatting to each other. A few have cameras and are talking about the pictures they took out in the skywalk area.
I'm gonna go walk over to one of them and I'm just gonna say, "Hey, yo, you gotta go check out this area. The view is fantastic over here."
And the young man says, "Oh, absolutely. Here, I'll go take a photo of it now." He opens the door and you see him walk out the door and vanish the second he leaves the threshold.
I'll peek out after him and see if he's out there.
Nope, absolutely not. However, a few seconds later, he reappears through the threshold, saying, "You're not wrong. Lovely view, but the smog is kind of bad today. You understand how it goes in the big city."
Yeah, no, I totally get you. Just out of curiosity, what was your favorite part of what you saw out there?
Here, let me show you the picture. And he scrolls through, and he shows you a picture, and it just looks like gray space. It just looks like he took a picture of raw smog. He says, "Pretty good, eh?"
Yeah, that's the best picture I've seen all day.
"Yeah, I sure am a photographer." And as he scrolls through the rest of the pictures that he took, he says, "Here's the elevator. You going down?"
Yeah. I think I'll head back to back down to the store area. Just wanted to...
"Great. Hey, you up for a drink? I'm meeting some friends over at the bar later."
Oh, you know what? I never say no to a drink. Why not?
"Excellent." The two of you enter, and he says, "Fourth floor, please." And as he does so, he talks excitedly. Are you in from out of town? I've lived here for only about a year now, but I can't resist coming up to the rooftop every day. I came in from the country, living out there before here, and so being up so high above the ground just never gets old.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. It's pretty cool. Actually, now that I think about it,
Do you use mustache wax, by the way? I've been thinking about growing out mine.
Oh, a magician never reveals his secrets, my friend.
Oh, oh, that's a good one. Here, wait a sec. May I?
Morgan sighs and looks.
He says, all right, look mysterious.
Morgan pulls out the persona mask in this with the same like kind of mysterious culty setting that he had before.
Click, and he looks through and he says, "Not bad." And he shows you, and it's like it's not like a proper digital camera. It's more like how do I describe it? It's more like a film camera where you can kind of look at the film before it is fully processed. And he shows you. He actually did take a photo of you, and it doesn't look bad even. So that indicates his earlier photo was just a dud, perhaps. And he says, "Excellent." He says, "Thanks. I gotta tell the folks back home I met a magician. You don't meet one of those every day."
Certainly don't. We're special. I'm so sorry, actually, though. I don't think I'll be able to join you at the bar. I just remembered I have some shopping I gotta do.
Criminy. All right. Well, that's all right. He says, "Always something to do around here. I'm sure I'll see you around if you're in the Lichgate building at all. Commonly, I'm here all the time."
Oh, I'm here too. There's always... Well, this building's full of surprises, isn't it?
Sure is. The bellhop would kind of nudge Morgan and say, "Hey, if you're not getting off at the fourth, where should I let you off?"
Back down at the store is fine.
Back down at the store. You got it. The trip down is faster than the trip up, but while Morgan is doing so, back over to the toy store, Totoy. Piano time. After running up and down the piano keys a couple of times, what would he like to do?
This is a kid, right? So he is entertained, but I feel like he's also the type that gets bored really easily. And his eyes start wandering over to all the other things. So 2 questions for you. First of all, is there like a place that has books, like children's books, and a little reading area? Great. Second question is, do I see that fancy toy that I saw on the TV earlier?
Oh, that's an excellent question. You totally would, and it would be in the new acquisitions area where Elspeth is.
As in, like, it's behind a, like, it's still sellable. It's not like it's a display, right?
Yes, it's sellable. It's just like a front of the store so that you see it as soon as you walk in.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, good to know, good to know, good to know. Compared to Totoy, how big is it?
It's actually, like, up to his navel.
That's a tiny thing. Okay. Good to know. But he will go to the... I feel like he would go towards the books first, right?
Sure.
Because he wants to see if there's new editions of his favorite hero, Smudge the dog. Not aware that this is a completely different dimension.
And going over and finding himself unsmudged, how would he react to not finding a single smudge inside?
I mean, he'd be disappointed, but moreover, as he's looking for like a smudge picture book or something, would there be a book that is I would imagine like a picture book that talks about this particular skyscraper? Like, I'm imagining it's something like a Empire State Building, where it's like, okay, here is like the building, but here's a book for kids. Like, this is what the building looks like. Here's what's on each floor.
Yeah, absolutely. They would certainly monetize the hell out of that.
Hell yeah.
And
I think that would catch his attention.
Yep, and you can see that the book is titled Lichgate, Where It Came From.
Lovely. Tried him. He opens the book. Is it at a 4-year-old reading level?
Maybe 6, but it's possibly decipherable, at least certain bits.
Okay.
There's pictures, and the pictures are good.
There's a lot of pictures to help with that,
Yep.
though, so.
Especially construction equipment. Big emphasis on construction equipment.
Oh my gosh. He will be very excited about that. But he'll see the book and then he'll be like flipping through it. He's going through any particular pictures that catch his eye.
I'll tell you, there's a big one. There is a fold out to scale image of the entire building and everything in it. When it's fully folded out, it would be as long as he is tall.
Oh, I love that. Now, question. Does it even show, like, a basement area?
It does show a basement area.
Oh. And, you would be focusing on the tippy top and the very bottom. So, in terms of the tippy top, what does it say about, like, I would imagine there's, like, an arrow pointing at the top. It's like, this is where you blah, blah, blah.
Yep, absolutely. He can't say the word observation deck, but he can read the sentence below, which is, go here to look out.
Oh, okay.
And then there's some other words he can't read. And then all the way at the bottom, he would see where the power is. He doesn't know how to say the word generator, but is that.
No, I imagine, though, like, there's enough context clues, like, the little lightning bolts and whatnot. Yeah. He'd be really excited. He's, like, taking this in. And then he'll, like, grab the book, not folding the pages back in.
So it's, like trailing behind him.
And then we'll try to find Elspeth. Like, oh my gosh, can you read this book to me, kind of thing.
Before we do that, however, Elspeth, actions you would like to take at the front of the store by the self-rocking rocking horse.
So she has probably seen the doll that was on the TV at this point, and she picks it up, and I imagine, like any of those toys, it has, like, the try me button.
It sure does.
You can hear, like, 2 or 3 of the phrases. So she picks it up, it talks, and she drops it.
Yeah.
She's terrified.
Especially when it says, like, how old are you?
So she drops it, and she, are you trapped in there? And she picks it up and shakes it.
And after, like, accidentally hitting the try me button again, the doll would say, my favorite color is blue!
So she's going to look around for Totoy now at this point, because she has no context for this whatsoever.
She sees him, and she sees the trail of paper floating behind him through the air.
I think this poor lad is trapped in the box, and she hands it to you and then takes the book. She knows. And so she fixes the book and starts looking at it.
Oh no, you told him that there's something trapped in the toy? Why would you do that?
Oh my god, I almost hung myself on my headphones.
Okay. He's excited, he wants you to read this book to him and whatnot, but then you hand him the toy and says, I think there's someone trapped, and then his face drops. It's like, no! And he will grab the toy and then, like, shake it. Does anything happen?
And the toy would repeat the first thing and say, how old are you?
Oh no, you're in there! He takes his ritual knife! That's how He will take his ritual knife and put it into the doll and try to get the person inside the doll out.
And as you do so, the nice lady behind the counter comes sprinting out. Oh, it's okay, what's going on? And she looks to Elspeth looking thunderously and she says, is this your child? She goes to Totoy and says,
his own child.
He's in.
No, don't worry, there's no one inside. It's a machine. It can say its own sounds, but there's no person inside. Can you please drop the knife, honey?
I don't think he would quite understand what that is, or at least it's not comprehending in his head yet. And so I think he would just be very much in the oh, you know what it'll be? He'll, like, look over towards the woman. He's like, no, it's a machine. And when he looks over, he, like, has it such that the knife is pointed towards her unintentionally.
Pulls away immediately.
Elspeth will reach out her hand and slowly push down the knife. Don't stop the nice lady.
And she says, it's a machine. It's okay, honey. Don't worry, there's no need to fuss. It's all right. Watch, I'll show you. Look. She goes over and she, like, gingerly picks up the somewhat stabbed doll, and she shows you at the back that there's a little pull-out cord, kind of like a vacuum cleaner. She says, see, this is the doll's tail. You put this in the wall to put electricity in him, and that's what allows him to talk. If he has no electricity, he doesn't talk. People don't do that.
Is this some kind of magic? It must be some kind of magic, right, Totoy?
She
Looks
jumps into it and she says, it's the magic of the power grid. And it's a wonderful thing, too. Don't worry.
you at the word power grid. Does that
That would
would
spark...
Totoy have seen that in the book?
This is where the power is, and that's a very close analogy, I would say.
Yes. And so with that, he will just kind of cautiously like look at the doll and go, so there's no people trapped in there?
None. Absolutely no people are in this sweet little doll. She says, and here. She looks at the damage and she says, this one, I can say if you want him, this one can be yours.
Hesitantly takes it. It's not plugged in right now, is
No.
it? Or is it?
It's not plugged in, but it seems to be charged and then holds a charge. Not that Totoy would know this, because it was able to do stuff even when it wasn't plugged in. And if you want him to talk, you just gently touch his mouth on the chin. Do you want to try?
Slaps the chin like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the doll says, I love going outside.
What's your name?
Here, she says to Elspeth, there's settings on the back. Here, I'll show you. She pulls like a little dial on the back. She says, now touch his chin and he'll answer.
Slap.
Bluff. And it comes back, my name's Roly-Poly. He's actually quite long and slender, so the name may be an inside joke.
Hi, Roly-Poly. I'm Totoy.
And she adjusts the dial on the back. She says, all right, tap him one more time on the chin.
Womp.
Let's be friends.
Well, normally I'm not allowed to make friends with strangers, but I put my knife in you, so I think we're friends now.
That's a wonderful attitude. And she says to Elspeth, does he normally hold a knife?
This is my first time going anywhere with him, so...
Are you the babysitter?
We'll go with that.
Where are his parents?
They're back at home.
Great.
I'm a governess, and they asked me to take him to the store.
Right. No knife, please. Please, no knife. I don't want to cause a scene. I'm not going to call the police over here, but that's... Really, no knife. Please.
All right. Totoy, put the knife away.
You see him, and he goes like, okay. And then he like, you see him, I guess where would he put his knife? His knife is like, essentially the cross arm of...
Yeah, the crossbar.
Crossbar, thank you, of his like marionette. So I think he would like kind of like slip it under his shirt.
Yep. The woman looks terrified by this, but she says, please get him home. I won't put in a report. And you can have his family bill us. I'll get you a receipt, okay?
Sounds brilliant.
Here, just one moment. She runs over to the register and starts tapping furiously.
I just wait there watching Totoy play with the doll.
Hi, Roly Poly. Are you looking for your dad too? Arcane manifestation. Can I have it respond to
Holy
me?
shit! Oh, awesome. Remind me your arcane stat.
3.
3. And the doll responds, I don't have a father. I'm a product of immaculate conception.
Oh, that doesn't sound very nice. Do you want a dad? I can be your dad. And then when I find my dad, he can be your dad too.
I'll give the manifestation a little bit enough more juice for Roly Poly to say, okay.
Amazing. Thank you, good sir.
Amazing. And Elspeth, the woman, would bring over a long trail of paper. Here you are. Please be careful with him.
I will. And she kind of guides Totoy out, still with the book under her arm, because...
Given the incident with the knife, the woman does not seem to have noticed the book.
Yeah, exactly.
Knives have a way of making toy store attendants forget other things.
And I looking for a place to sit out in the atrium with him so we can look at the book.
Easily found. There's tons of places to sit. And once you find such a place, would you indicate for Totoy to sit, or would you just do so yourself and expect for him to follow?
I'll sit and expect him to follow. Hopefully he does.
He'll follow. He'll be, close to you, especially because you have the book. But all along, he'll be like, it's interesting. How would a puppet learn how to play with a doll? I'm trying to explore this in my head right now. Continue.
Yeah. And once you've sat yourselves down, what would Elspeth like to do with the children's book?
She starts looking through it and quickly figures out it's something about the building she's in.
Oh, yeah. It's everything about the building she's in. Childified, but pretty thorough. I will say, I don't know if Elspeth has any experience with modern construction equipment, but holy smoke, she can see how they constructed such a massive building without magic.
She has no context for this whatsoever. This place is huge.
She gets to the fold-out that goes, as long as Totoy is tall, showing every floor in detail.
Anything that looks odd to her?
Well, I mean, it's a modern building. Of course it would look odd to her, but a couple of things that would stand out to her. First of all, the majority of the building is residential. That's residential apartments. She would see a couple of, luxury suites near to the top, but I don't know if that would necessarily stand out as being odd. There is a gymnasium in the building. I could see her being like, what the hell is that doing there? And there is also a library in the building as well, but it is only for people who are residents, and it's a little higher up. That said, it does also show the basement area, and her eyes, too, would be drawn to the generator. The line under the generator, this is where the power comes from, would also spring to mind what she heard the attendant say about the power grid and things being plugged into the wall.
I think perhaps we have to go down and look at the place where the power is. It seems important.
Oh, okay. And then he'll look over at the big picture. And is there an obvious way to get down? Is there this is an elevator. You take this to go down. Or
yes, there are. It has a lovely little diagram of people going into and out of elevators. And it even shows where the emergency staircases are for when the elevators aren't working.
In the Let's Play Fetch mission, did we take an elevator or stairs? We took stairs, right?
You took an elevator to get into the Let's Play
Okay,
Fetch
good.
mission.
Okay, but I was in the bag the entire time. But that's fine.
You were in the
That's
bag.
fine. I know what an elevator is. That's the most important part.
Yep.
Like he'll point at this
does not.
I know. We can take that. It's we go into it, and then we go down, and then we go up, and then we go down, and then the
Alright.
doors go.
Well, I've got context for the moving staircases. We've got those where I'm from, but it's magic. I'm guessing that's electricity. I don't know anything about the doors. And she makes the door opening and closing motion that Totoy made.
Well, it's okay. They're not scary. But also, he was in a bag the entire time. So
Yeah.
what does he know?
Speaking of elevators, it's at this point that Morgan would be exiting one onto the ground floor. Given his sensory stat and the degree to which Elspeth and Totoy stand the fuck out, he would be able to see them almost instantly.
Well, he'll walk on over and say hi.
How would he be looking, by
else?
the way? Like, would he be visibly, especially in terms of the feelings he's broadcasting? Because these two have double plus to spirit.
Yeah, he's, initially putting on, like outward front that everything's fine, but definitely he's a bit nervous, considering that he's seen outside and he knows something's going on. And when he walks up to the other two, he's going to point. He's going to say, "My fellow agents," and he's going to point at his boot and say, "Something is afoot."
Elspeth just blinks blandly at him.
And Totoy's also confused and just, like, raises his own foot.
Can Morgan see the picture book?
Yes, it's laid out.
Morgan's gonna walk over and he's gonna point and he's gonna say, "So, I'm looking at this building here, and I feel like something is very strange beyond this building. When I was up at the top, it did not look, well, let's just say it didn't look accurate to the time period. And do I notice anything looking at the picture book at the top, at the roof?"
Well, the roof was exactly as you saw it, just, and not in disrepair like how you saw it when you stepped outside. And also, the buildings surrounding it looked period appropriate in the book.
Yeah, no, this book seems correctly dated for here, but outdated for everything else. I think there's some magic going on. Have you guys found anything?
Just that. And she points to the doll.
Totoy raises the doll and then waves a little tail around.
Yeah, Morgan would
that's-
recognize a plug, even if it's kind of a clunky one.
Morgan is confused. He's just pointing and goes, Is that what's causing this disturbance?"
Oh no, why would you say that?
The shopkeeper says it runs on electricity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I see the plug.
When you say, is this the cause of it, like, Totoy will look at it and then, like, throw it on the ground and just go, "You lie! You lie! You lie!"
And Morgan will gently give it a little kick.
Yeah.
with the boot.
The doll does not turn on. You need to adjust the jaw to make it talk.
I think I'm going to pick up the doll, put it on the seat. So why don't we just leave him here to rest?
Morgan at this point is kind of sees the Totoy had this reaction, and he's a little mischievous, so he's like, "Well, I don't know. He might have more to say. This could be very important."
Yeah, right. And then he'll, like, take the doll, and then he'll, like, hold it close to him, and then he has his gun, and he's like, "Worry, I'll watch over him."
Here, actually, this is very important. Morgan's going to take his amp, and he's going to the plug beat enchantment lets you plug in any sonic device. So I'd like to plug the doll into my amp.
Ooh!
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's sick! Oh, yes, yes, absolutely yes. You do so. What do you want to do?
Morgan doesn't have a plan. He's just gonna... Next time the doll goes off, it'll be really loud.
It sure will.
When I'm holding the doll, can I hold it so then it's like underneath his chin, so then I accidentally end up like adjusting the jaw anyway?
First of all, that I was kind of going to do that anyways. Second of all, just for fun, what's your luck stat?
Oh, it's either 3 or 2. It is 3.
Yeah, so obviously, yes. But and when you threw it on the ground, you adjusted the dial, so it actually says something different this time.
I love it.
Yeah. And this time it says, "Don't forget to go to bed on time tonight, Chip." And that
he
sound
says that-
blasts through the atrium, causing, again, people nearby to go like, as though a grenade had gone off because of the sudden, like, noise. And a little ways away, you hear a child being like, "No, I don't want to go to bed yet. It's not done time to go to bed yet." And then his mom going, "Shh." That said, people are once again kind of doing the looking over, trying not to look, looking uncomfortable routine once more. That said, that was a very loud doll noise.
Morgan,
Totoy would
kind
have
of just...
dropped the doll.
Yep.
He doesn't really believe the lady anymore that says that there isn't a person trapped in there. Like,
Morgan's pretty sure that Totoy's gonna pick the doll back up again, so he's gonna go over to Elspeth and he's gonna hand her the amp and say, "Here, if you hold this, I'm pretty sure that guy won't run off. It's connected with the cord."
I may hold in that. And she just kind of puts her hands up and takes a step back.
Yeah, the sound bomb. I don't think Elspeth wants to touch that.
No.
And Morgan's just like, alright, I'll hold it. Well, anyway, what were we doing here? We're supposed to find a missing kid or something. Any thoughts on where to go?
The basement.
Basement. I like that idea. Does the elevator go there? And he looks over down at the picture book. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, elevator goes down there."
Do you want to head to the elevator? Do you want to lead the way?
Sure, I will lead the way in dragging the doll behind me with the cord.
Yep. I don't know if Totoy would actually pick up the doll, but he may.
well, I guess because I guess I'm a little bit confused. When you picked up the amp, did you also pick up the doll?
No, it's just dragging on the floor behind.
Because I plugged the doll
even-
into the amp.
Even better, he will not pick up the doll, but as it's being dragged away, Totoy will point his wooden gun at it.
Yeah, just kind of like troop along with it.
Exactly. Like, I am taking care of this situation.
Oh, God. And Elspeth, would you go with Morgan?
I'm following him, but quick question. Is this in a time or in this setting before, like, smoking indoors was banned? Because she's looking for something that she can use for a menace burner.
Excellent question. Smoking is definitely 100% not banned indoors. It's banned in certain establishments like the police station and the toy store. That said, the main floor, oh yeah, people are huffing and puffing.
Do I see that she's experienced a lighter before? Do I see a lighter lying around that I can just grab and stick into a pocket
Absolutely.
so I can have it? Excellent. I grab myself a lighter so I can set my hand on fire.
Now, admittedly, this is one of those like really shitty old lighters that like would burn you about half the time you tried to light something with it, but I think that's an upside in this particular case.
Exactly.
And Morgan leading the way over to an elevator. There's so many here, and they're always opening and closing, so it's not particularly hard for him to find one that is currently opening. What would he like to do as he leads the troop in?
He'll do a dramatic gesture like he's like using magic to open the elevator.
Oh, excellent. I will say Elspeth and Totoy would probably buy it. Just because Morgan waves hand and the doors go like that with no knob. They don't swing out anything. And then people just come pouring out from this teeny little room.
He turns to them and goes, "I have opened the path."
Clappity clap.
Yeah.
Upon entering in, the bellhop would say perkily, "What floor are you going to?"
Going down, all the way to the basement, please.
"Oh, so sorry. That's off limits except to staff."
Oh, well, that's no worries at all. And Morgan will pull
Wait!
out his.
No, you finished. You finished. Sorry.
And Morgan will pull out his identification papers that he'd scooped up after he produced them in the police station, and he'll take out his persona mask again and say, "I'm from the Order. We're all based underground. These are my prisoners."
She kind of looks, her smile falters, and she looks around to the other people in the elevator, and she goes, "Shh." She looks at the identification papers. I've never seen any like this before.
And you'll never see them again if you don't let us go down.
She closes them and says, "Very well, here you are."
Thank you.
"You're welcome." And she says, I need to drop off the rest of the passengers, though. Is that okay?"
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
She presses a light on it that says, elevator temporarily out of commission, which means that after she drops off everyone, she's not going to pick up anyone else. Elspeth and Totoy would feel the ground beneath their feet quake as the elevator starts going up. Elspeth would feel the air in her ears adjust, and then she would start to feel like a pain as the pressure pushes in.
Yeah. She's going to grab the railing along the back of the elevator.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Totoy would not feel such things, not having, ducts to pop. But he feels the ground rattling, that's for sure.
He does, and he's doing a good job making sure that this mischievous doll doesn't do anything, pointing his gun at it the entire time.
As he's
elevator safe.
As he's doing so, a maybe 50, 60-year-old guy in the elevator would kind of looking down at Totoy, say jocularly, "Oh, you got a POW to interrogate there, son?"
I got a gun.
"Good man, just you be careful with that thing."
Okay. And then he takes it and then has it such that the barrel is pressed against the doll now.
Yep. He looks over to looks around to see who's in charge, looks to Morgan, and then looks to Elspeth, decides Elspeth is probably closer, as she's fighting for her life against the far side of the elevator with her ears killing her from the pressure. He says, "Cute kid."
I'm his governess.
She says through gritted teeth. He says,
Yes.
"Yeah. Right." He looks to Morgan, doesn't question it. The elevator door opens up, and he scoots out as quick as he can. After a minute or two of this, fortunately, it's easier because there's not no more people coming onto the elevator, it's just people getting off. At this point, the bellhop says, "All right, sir, we're going down." She points over her shoulder towards Elspeth and Totoy. "I'm so sorry. Where are you two getting off?"
Oh, they're with me.
We're with him.
I told you, they're my prisoners.
Oh.
I'm a prisoner.
She
I
looks...
turned and I go, "Quiet, prisoner."
Okay, and then he again focuses on.
She looks very much like she'd like to question this scene.
While she's distracted,
Yeah.
I'm going to take out the lighter and just start my hand over the top of it so I can start burning my hand and looking for answers. Very simple one right now. Is it Alpon or Aplon?
It's Aplon. Yep.
Aplon. Is Aplon still in the building?
And as you are doing so, Elspeth would feel her fingers curl somewhat involuntarily. I know she has, I believe, double plus to resilience, but, open flame to the hand is not necessarily a thing double plus to resilience is going to let you ignore. And as she is doing so, she would feel the the answer isn't coming quick enough. This is not a commensurate level of damage to receive such a potent answer. What does she want to do?
She's gonna take. Yeah, she's gonna take one finger and dip it into the flame.
Yep.
So that burns a lot faster than putting it over the entire area of my palm. And then as it starts to burn, she's gonna break it.
Now, breaking one's own finger is not something the human body lets you do normally. What is your will stat?
I think she has 1. Might have double check. Is that 2?
2? All right. Talk me through the defiance to break your own finger.
So it's already burned a little. So it'll break easier now that it's somewhat brittle. I'm also an old woman, so my bones break easier.
How about overwhelming those self-preservation instincts? As much as Elspeth has brutalized those in the past, they're not on great terms, I understand.
No, they definitely are not. So have to find the child. Can't let anything bad happen to him. Have to find the child. And then she's gonna, rather than breaking it with her own hand, slam it into the railing behind her.
And as she does so, the bellhop jumps a little bit and kind of looks over her shoulders, but tries not to look too hard so that she can, not look like she's being nosy. Elspeth would feel the shooting pain lace up her arm, and the rest of her fingers kind of clench involuntarily, though this one is now hanging somewhat useless.
Yeah.
And she, into her head, springs immediately. Single word. Yes.
Can I push it a little further and see if he's up or down?
How would you do so?
I'm going to reach to where Totoy's ritual knife is sticking out of the back of his thing.
Yep.
And cut off the broken finger.
Totoy would feel his shirt adjust slightly. Mm-hmm. And then he would hear a soft thud behind him.
Would whip around holding his gun.
And he would see a severed finger on the ground in front of him.
No! He's just like freaking out, drops the gun, and then like goes to like the finger to hold it, and says, "No, no!" Like almost like he can like hold on to it.
And
oh yes, Morgan first, then I'll jump back to Elspeth.
And Morgan would see this and would be like, "Oh, what the I mean, yes, and that is your punishment, prisoner." Oh.
Now, as
not nice, and then he'll take his like wooden gun and then like hit Morgan's leg with it.
Morgan gets a wooden gun to the leg, which is not a fun experience, by the way.
Yeah, Morgan would just go like, and he'd like kind of buckle slightly and have to hold onto the rail for a second.
Yeah. Now, as he's getting whacked, Elspeth, you definitely are not capable of speaking in this moment without yelling.
Yeah.
Your teeth are glued together as though via concrete. Yep. Your ears still hurt from the goddamn pressure, but you have another single word appear in your mind. Down.
And she's going to rip off a piece of her dress and wrap it around the severed finger. To try to reduce the bleeding.
Yeah, absolutely. As she is doing so, Totoy, are you going to continue to beat up Morgan?
I think after him saying like "ow, ow," like I think that's enough for Totoy to
got him.
Like go
Yeah.
back and like try. Yeah, got him. Yeah, I did my job. Go back to see how we can help Elspeth, but I'd imagine at this point she's like wrapping her finger already.
Totoy would feel the kind of weird amount of calm off of her, but he would also feel her pain. It's obvious.
Well, I don't like it. He's gonna like see it like wrapped up, and even if Elspeth like tells him like, oh, it's gonna be okay, he's gonna go and kiss it. As much as a wooden puppet can.
Yeah.
Kiss the boo-boo.
Yeah.
She pats
A
him on
quick
the head.
manifestation to like maybe like have some of that pain go into Totoy.
Actually, more than that. What's your vitality?
Baseline.
Baseline. Well, in that case, what I will do is it would give a small amount of pain relief just off of a small heartening, because he put up like a fierce little fight, you know. But taking it onto himself, I don't think I can quite give you.
Fair. I was kind of hoping my arcane could do that, but no.
Totally.
Understood.
Yeah. In this particular case, it felt more heartening-y. And Elspeth, what would you like to do as Totoy is trying to minister to you?
Bend down and pick up my severed finger and stick it into my pocket, hoping that the Enclave can reattach it.
Yeah, it's a secret surprise that'll help us later. Pardon me, couldn't resist. And as you do so, I will say Elspeth is still not at a point where she could open her mouth and not scream. Or at least yell or gasp or hiss or something. Though at least her ears are starting to hurt less because the elevator's going down now.
I just point down and then slowly give a thumbs up.
Yeah, this would be something mostly Morgan would receive. Morgan, actions that you would like to take as well.
I'll just give a shaky thumbs up as well. Massage my knee slightly and check in to see what the bellhop thinks of all of this.
And it's a good thing, too. You see the bellhop's finger moving away from the call security button.
And I go, what do you think you're doing? Do you want your finger to be next?
She doesn't turn around, but you hear her audibly gulp. And she says, Oh, nothing. Of course not. No, that's not covered by workplace comp.
And Morgan will take one of his glitter bombs and throw it on the ground and go, down, now!
And she gets, she screams at the top of her lungs and hits the deck as much as she can. The glitter bomb completely fills the elevator. No one besides Morgan can see a damn thing. Totoy would see a lot of cool sparkly colors, though.
Is that the doll?
Morgan, what would you like to do as the only person who can see?
Go and touch the doll's chin.
Don't forget to go to sleep on time tonight, champ.
And make sure that if the bellhop isn't hitting the down button, I'll hit the down button myself.
It is going down now.
Okay.
You can see that she has hit the deck and is low and is covering her head and is cowering in place. That said, from the little floor dial on the elevator, you see you're about to hit the lobby.
Well, if we're is it gonna open at the lobby?
You don't know.
Is the lobby button lit up? Does this have light up buttons?
It does have light up buttons. The lobby button is not lit up.
Well, then we should be good. I think I'll just hang back and wait.
And at the lobby, it stops. The
The
doors open, and there are 6 police officers who are greeted by a face full of glitter. And immediately, you would see through the glitter, the bellhop. She could do an Olympic scurrying, event at this point. She, crawls out of the elevator as fast as she possibly can, yelling, "Help, help, help!" at the top of her lungs.
I am going to
I think
throw.
only Morgan would know how to do that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just about to do the closed door, but first I was going to throw out one of my Morgant Not Really hymns and have it just the cue I want it to do. First of all, can I slightly do a reskin so it still has the persona mask. I don't know if that would...
You know, the implicit idea is that the decoys would have, like, look like they're wearing your gear, and I think that since he's wearing the persona mask, it would look like that. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting a knock at the door. One moment. Oh, lucky day.
Okay, so my plan is I'm going to throw that out. It's going to go, wah, and just do an evil laugh.
Oh, I'm
Just
sorry.
do cold stuff, yep.
Do you have a second?
And then hit spam close door.
Here, let me...
He's
don't
laughing,
think
he's like
that.
really pressing the
If
button.
you guys
like,
could give me,
come on.
like, 2 minutes, I'm going to try to burp the baby. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm going to step away for a moment as well.
I'll get more
Alrighty.
water, yeah.
Despite me being very, very milky. And so I can only think that he has a stuffed
Maybe I'll
animal.
try him on the ball.
Oh. Yeah, while you're birthing,
Eh.
I'm done checking on the lower kids.
Alright, I'm going to try to burp the baby on the ball.
Burp the baby. I will say that unfortunately, I think in my head, like the doll that Totoy's been abusing this entire time more or less would look like a baby.
Yep.
Like I'm imagining like Cabbage Patch Kids in my head.
That's like pretty much what I was going for. Maybe like a little thinner and like different cultural context, you know? So I will try my best to get something out of this guy. Okay. We'll try to keep going, and if baby brings me away, I'll be back in another minute. But Morgan, yes, decoy, please.
So yes, I want to throw out a decoy, have it look all spooky like I'm looking right now, and I just want it to go Mwahahaha as its action. And as I do that, immediately after I throw that out, I am spamming close door as fast as I can.
Yeah, like the customary elevator procedure of hit that door button as many times as possible. You can get like a keybind macro for closing the elevator door.
Yeah.
Now, as Morgan is deploying decoy and spamming closed door, actions from Totoy. Totoy can only see glitter, hear the woman going, help, 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 hear Morgan's voice going, wah, ha, 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 and hear some general hubbub from outside the open doors of the elevator, which he knows the direction of, but only by sound. He can't see anything from the glitter.
The woman said help, so clearly Totoy's gonna help. He can't see anything, but he does know how to use a gun. And by using gun, he's gonna hold it by the barrel and just like swinging it around.
Excellent. That's great helping. Elspeth, you hear and see much the same, but you're also still in unbelievable pain, though at least you can kind of move and your ears aren't hurting. What do you want to do?
I'm going to use my feathered hat to make it sound like a child is screaming away from the elevator.
Ooh. So are you trying to imitate a screaming child?
Yeah, like a child screaming for help.
I believe the feathered cap wants to imitate natural sounds, and I suppose that is a natural sound, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screaming baby is the most natural sound in the world.
Primal screaming baby is definitely one of the most like natural sounds you can get. You know what? Wow, Elspeth doing screaming baby impression is not something I expected out of this mission. But sure, screaming baby outside of the elevator door a little ways into the atrium. The hubbub outside kind of builds up, and Morgan's spamming of the elevator door button pays off, though not before Totoy clocks him in the knee again with the swinging gun.
Well, I was wondering what's the likelihood that as I'm just randomly swinging, I accidentally hit roly-poly and accidentally like fling it out of the elevator door. So it's like there's a decoy and then all of a sudden like a baby coming towards me.
You have what? You have Trip's luck, you said?
Yes.
Okay, I will give you it off of Trip's luck. I'll even do one better. And when you hit it, it adjusts the it adjusts the dial on the back to make it say something different, meaning that when it goes flying out, it says, "Let's be friends forever."
Let's go.
Can I take an instant action? I unplug it so that the cord doesn't get stuck.
I will give you that. However, you also get thwacked in the knee not a second later.
Oof.
Same knee as well.
So the cord goes flying out of my hand, out of the elevator. I don't know. I think I have 2 or 3 luck. Maybe it hits one of the police in the face.
And the doors close barely in time. The glitter has at this point subsided to the point where everyone can see most of each other. And the elevator starts going down. Actions the group of you would like to take in the relative calm.
So now that I can speak... Oh, go ahead.
No, please go. Please go.
Now that I can speak through probably still gritted teeth. Alright, so he's in the building, and he is likely in the basement. Oh, that hurt.
With Morgan's pain tolerance not nearly as high as Elspeth's, he's just going, "Ah, oh, fuck my knee, ow."
Is he taking off his persona mask?
Sure. Yeah, he'll stow that away.
Yep. Totoy, what would you like to do?
When the elevator door closes, do you think someone would tell Totoy, like, hey, it's okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine? Otherwise, he'd still, like, be really panicked. And
I will say not immediately. If Elspeth wants to say so after informing Morgan of what's up, then she's welcome to.
Love it.
If she sees him slashing at the door, she looks like, calm down, love. It's fine now.
Where's Roly Poly?
He ran away.
I guess he wasn't a good friend after all.
No, he was a terrible friend.
Yeah, he sucked.
Yeah, he sucked!
And then the elevator grinds to a halt. You guys are not at a floor.
Does he normally do that?
Not the bad ones do.
Oh, that's comforting.
While Totoy and Elspeth don't have this cultural context, Morgan would immediately be seized by the primordial modern person fear of being stuck in an elevator.
We need to get out of here. Morgan will look around to see if there's any indication of anything inside the elevator that looks like it could have caused this.
You see one thing inside, which is on the crappy little light up screen that they have. It says maintenance, and it's just kind of flashing maintenance.
I think they may have stopped the elevator. Well, this probably means that we need to get out below. And in order to do that, we need to force the door open. Not sure how we do that.
It's like goes to open the door. It doesn't work.
Exactly. You took the words out of my mouth.
Elspeth, do you have magic doors in your castle or whatever that are really tough to open, and you use a spell and open the door by any chance?
Nay, like this, nay. Oh.
Dang. Shit.
Totoy knocks on the door. Dong, dong, dong. Let us out!
And as he does
Hold on.
Oh, yes?
Go ahead. As he does so.
As he does so, you guys feel the floor shudder, and the elevator starts going back up. Admittedly slower than it came down. It doesn't seem to, be meant to go in this way, but it is going back up.
See.
You had a thing, Elspeth?
Oh, I was going to yell at the door and hit it with my staff, but
You can. Do you wish to?
yeah. So I'm getting pissed. I don't want to be in this moving box anymore.
I felt the same many times.
Hoping that the physical voice amplification thing having an impact force off the staff. I'm interested. Open you feckin' useless doors and just slam it at the door. I'm not actually going to scream because I know it makes Discord mics go crazy.
Indeed. And as Elspeth does so, where do you want the force to emit? Is this like a punch to the middle of the doors, or are you trying to do something sneakier with where the sound emits from? Because you get to choose where that emits from because of your feathered cap.
Oh, I've seen the doors open like this.
Yes, you have.
Can I make it emit from between the doors?
Absolutely you can. I think that's a brilliant idea. And as Elspeth does so, the doors kind of jam open slightly and kind of bend at a weird angle, and you guys can actually see through them to the dusty, musty, crusty elevator shaft beyond that is still slowly going. As the elevator goes up, the elevator shaft is receding down. Elspeth has opened the doors enough to get a hand out, but not much more than that, though like Morgan would know, even if the other two wouldn't, the way that the elevator doors are now sitting, she has definitely knocked them off of their rollers or whatever they are positioned on.
Morgan looks to the others and he goes, I don't know exactly how you're gonna do this, but follow me. And he jumps out and activates his glowing cape.
Now, again, he can only get a handout. It is not open enough to get more than a handout, and also, it's elevator shaft. They're pretty snug, so even if he could get out, he isn't sure if he'd be able to get past the elevator's bottom.
Okay.
While you are considering, Totoy, do you have actions, especially after Elspeth yelled and broke the door?
Compared to Elspeth's hand, how does that align with Totoy's size? How much can Totoy get his body out?
Totoy could fit out.
But like you said, it's a pretty snug, right? So.
Yeah, but snug for a person, not necessarily snug for a little puppet guy.
He's gonna help. He sees that it's open, and he's thinking of it, okay, great, it's open, we can get out. And so he will, like, rush over, kind of, like, squeeze through, and then just start, I guess he wouldn't be aware that there's, like, no floor, right? So he just start falling, yeah?
Now, as Totoy is climbing through, would either of the other two do anything about this?
Yeah. Please.
Give him a little push to help.
The mother bird technique of fly bitch and just shove him out of the goddamn neck. It's awesome. And yeah, so Totoy is clambering out, and Morgan just goes like, wah, and just shoves his little bottom out of the thing. Totoy goes tumbling out, and as he does so, the elevator like car has like a little lip down below that makes it fit more snugly against the shaft walls. Not 100%, but still enough that Totoy would be caught on it. Clonk! And he would kind of fall hard on his head. Again, he is a puppet, so falling on the head is not as bad as it would be otherwise, but he is still now in kind of an uncomfortable position where he's kind of scraping against the rough walls, and he is kind of against the ledge of the elevator car's lower compartment.
Right, what can I see?
Right now, you see a lot of crusty, musty wall passing you. You see the dusty old outside of the elevator car. You see a whole bunch of cables on the walls passing by you.
Oh god, this stupid kid. Okay. Okay, we're gonna use some basic knowledge. We're going up. There is some string, so pulling the string make things go up.
Yeah,
If
it's
the
almost like a
string isn't
marionette.
If the string isn't there, then we wouldn't go up anymore.
Precisely.
And so, again, this is a normal toy gun. It's not a revolver in any way. It's gonna take his wooden gun, and then he's gonna like point it at the cable and go bang, and nothing happens because it's just a toy gun.
Yep.
And then he'll be really frustrated and scared, and he'll do it again, and nothing will happen because it's just a toy gun.
At this point, also, the scraping of the wall would actually be scraping some of the paint off of one of his shoulders.
That's amazing.
He is not quite, like, wedged between the elevator and the wall, but it's close enough that it's, like, it's uncomfortable. If he were a person, this would be agonizing, but he's wood, and so it's not... It sucks, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
Morgan assumes we're under attack, and he goes, "Oh God, what's out there, little dude?"
Going to hell, and then he shoots again, and nothing happened.
Indeed.
Boy is fizzling the fuck out right now.
Does he say bang every time he shoots, or is he just, like, wiggling the gun?
That's what he's been doing this entire time.
Perfect. And Morgan and Elspeth, still inside of the elevator car, listening to Totoy yell bang outside, what would the two of you like to do, given that this thing might stop and open up onto security at any second?
We need to get this thing to go back down. Any ideas?
Yes. I have a lot of cool stuff in my nice level 7 kit. None of it does elevators.
Are there any words of encouragement or discouragement you want to give Totoy?
I didn't know what an elevator was an hour ago. So.
Well, clearly you're doing an amazing job shooting those bad guys, Totoy, because I can't even hear them. You get him, pal.
Yeah, thing?
I have an idea, and this might be horrible.
Great.
Is Totoy? Am I able to pull Totoy back in the elevator?
You could reach out. Your hand can fit.
Can I pull him back in?
Totoy, you are being reached for.
And when I feel myself being grabbed for, there's this feeling of, like... You know that feeling when a kid tries to help, then the parent goes like, "That's enough, it's okay, you did your best," and it's like the most horrible feeling, because there's a feeling that you've let them down. I think that'd be enough to activate Embrace Darkness.
Ooh, my goodness.
Okay.
Well, Elspeth, you don't necessarily know about that part. Are you pulling him back into the elevator car?
Yeah.
As you're doing so, what would you like to be doing?
As I'm pulling him back in, I'm going to begin to activate wind of change to try to make a force of wind above us to push the elevator down.
Excellent.
That's my plan.
And Totoy, what will you be doing as Embrace Darkness starts to take hold?
He's getting frustrated, he's letting people down, and then, again, still holding, like, his wooden gun, he'll go, "I said bang!" And then at the really loud one, I would feel like that's when, like, you know, crossbar, crossbar all the way up. And then, like, strings of darkness attach onto him and all that flashy stuff. But I would imagine that this manifestation, in addition to just, like, general shadows taking over him, like, it fuses with his gun, and then he just starts, like, saying bang and bang and bang, and then it, like, shoots, like, really, like, strong projectiles of, like, intense magic force upwards.
And Elspeth, as you are starting to use the Winds of Change, I was about to ask you for the paired action, but before you start that, you would feel like the hairs on the back of your neck stand up as you sense the strange magic that takes over the Totoy in your hand as you are pulling him back through. He's not quite all the way through yet. And you also start hearing the horrible scrunching, grinding noises. I don't know if Totoy's voice distorts when he's in Embrace Darkness, but it sounds kind of on brand. And the bangs come out deeper and more powerful, and you hear metal groaning sounds, as well as a hole ripped through another section of the elevator car as one of Totoy's darkness projectiles is shot with another bang. Actions from Elspeth.
All right, I let go of Totoy.
I would imagine you do. Morgan, responses to terrifying projectiles being fired.
Yeah. Ducking.
Yeah, that's a good start. Elspeth, do you want to keep doing the Winds of Change? What would be your paired action if so?
So she's starting to give a speech that's theoretically inspiring. So they're going to find the boy. They're going to get out of this box. It's going to go in the direction we bloody want it to. And we're going to march back to his father and get him home safely. And we're going to do it calmly. I hope. Are you all right, Totoy? Come back to us. Please.
Totoy, you are shooting like a maniac. And Elspeth's words, I'm going to let you do the specific response, but I'm going to say right now they're going in one ear out the other.
He is very much going, I'm helping! I don't know if that cut out, but he says, I'm helping. And
Yep.
I'm imagining he's shooting, and it's like, at least one of these shots going to hit these cables, right?
You took the words right out of my mouth. There's a sudden loud snap, and then everyone in the elevator and out feels the ground vanish from under them as they go into free fall. Now, as the box starts to plummet, Totoy actually whips out, like, above it, because he's way lighter and, like, floatier than the box, right? And so because of that, he's in free fall as well, but he clatters up past the box and is now above it, floating with his gun in his hand, shadow strings coming from him, and presumably still screaming bang and shooting the internals of the elevator shaft. But I'll ask for specifics on that in a second. Morgan, immediate responses to sudden free fall inside of the elevator.
Yes. I would like to activate my remaining 3 More Dance Not Really hymns to throw them at the ground to use them as cushions.
And Elspeth, this happens just as you're finishing your inspiring speech. Would you like to adjust any part of that and or adjust any part of your Winds of Change now that you are in fact going the correct direction?
Can I make adjust the wind so it's below us and make us so we don't plummet?
Indeed.
Those are fall.
Excellent idea. In that case, what would be the amendment to the very end of that speech, given that, you start falling on the last sentence?
And we're not going to crash.
And you guys would feel the elevator car buffet and rock and crash wildly into the sides of the walls. It's an awful clamor, and fortunately, none of you pancake against the floor, but you are kind of bashed side to side a little bit before touching down against the ground. You feel yourself kind of pressed against the ground for a moment from the contrasting forces of falling and wind coming up. Morgan, however, is up against his cozy inflatable decoys. I say cozy, marginally less awful decoys. And then there's a horrible groaning of metal, a settling sound, and the whole thing hits. Elspeth has taken this from a 75-mile-per-hour car crash into a guardrail to a 30-mile-per-hour car crash into a guardrail. This is still a car crash into a guardrail. There's no noise, precisely. There's no noise besides that for a moment. However, Totoy, after you clatter up above the elevator car with it falling away below you and you falling around it with broken cables whipping past you, what would you like to be doing besides presumably shooting everything that you see fit to shoot?
Let's see. In this state, again, his only thing is he's just trying to help. He has seen that the cables are snapped at this point. He would see that they would be falling.
Here, I'm going to give you a moment. I'm going to return the baby. I'll be right back. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. This should not be long.
How would a child help in this situation?
Well, I'm sure you can see the hatch at the top of the elevator.
Is that open? I thought you opened the door. I didn't think there was a... Oh, are you saying that there is a hatch, but it's closed?
Yeah, the emergency escape hatch thing that's in all elevators.
I just don't think he would know what that is, per se. I think he
Yeah,
would see
probably
that this
not.
falling really fast. And
Okay. And we are back. Fire away, Totoy. Literally.
yeah, I think in seeing something falling and knowing that his companions are inside, he would kind of make a desperate move to pivot and then try to grab it, and I'd imagine he would want to envelop the entire elevator in this black ichor and whatnot, and then the crossbar is still floating up ahead. The strings of darkness attached to it get taut as it's almost like it's trying to hold it up. But I would imagine that the force is so intense that it doesn't matter. It gets dragged down
that's
anyway.
so cool. Wow, that's so cool. And as the impact settles, even though Elspeth is the first to say something, the one who's incurred the least damage is Morgan, because he had decoys to cushion his fall. That said, he also has no pluses to resilience and is heavily rattled.
Oh. He's stumbling to his feet. His knees are very bruised at this point between the impact of the elevator and all of the wax from Totoy.
He also feels a throbbing in his head and also sees the doors at this point have completely buckled open. He can get out, but he sees this eerie black ichor dripping off of them like blood.
He points that out to Elspeth and goes, "Oh, I don't like the look of that. I don't like it one bit."
Elspeth has another problem on her hands. Though she does have double plus to resilience, she has broken a hip, and she is feeling it big time.
Mm-hmm.
I saw your post in chat. You absolutely also have huge claw marks in your neck from Notice holding on for dear frickin' life. But he is a soft little kitty in a soft little hood. And you, though a tough one, are an old lady who just incurred a 30-mile-per-hour car crash into a solid object.
Yeah. So she's definitely using her staff as an actual staff for once.
Yeah, her breath would hiss out through her teeth as she hauls herself to her legs. And she also would see the dripping of the strange ichor.
Promise me we can get out of here without the box. Please. Actually, I may just ping out at this point. If we don't find him, I might just ping out. I can barely walk and I'm missing a bloody finger.
Hey, if you have to ping out, that's okay. But here I can try to help you along if you want, and I'll offer to let her rest on my shoulder if that'll help.
I will definitely take him up on it.
I was going to say, even if Elspeth has a bit of a prideful streak, I don't think it's that prideful.
Yeah. No, she's not that prideful. She's like, nope, it's broken. I need help.
And with Morgan's help, you limp your way out of the broken elevator. And there, on the floor outside, you find Totoy. Totoy is unconscious, having been literally jolted out of Embrace the Darkness. To you guys, he just looks like a sweet broken little toy on the ground.
I was gonna ask, is he broken? Because he has baseline resilience.
He is quite broken.
I think I might know what could help him wake up, which is a simple reminder that I think he'll ignore. Imitating the voice of the doll, Morgan will say, "Remember to go to bed at a reasonable hour."
And Totoy would snap awake.
Looks over at Morgan. Did I help?
Yeah, buddy, you did. Good job.
Now, Totoy's mouth is working, and his head is connected to his chest, but he only has one arm. All the other limbs were knocked off in the fall.
I can't move my arms.
Yeah. We'll get you new arms later here.
I need arms now so I can get my gun, so I can protect you.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Give me one.
Yep, you got it. Elspeth, anything that you would be saying to Totoy as he's saying this? You are in severe pain, so whatever you say would come through a couple of quick breaths.
Yeah. He's going to, like, bend down and pick up one of his arms, heavily leaning on the staff because, ow. And see if she can get it to reattach. Like, will it just snap back into place, or is it, like, a complicated repair?
That one I will actually ask Meeks to answer.
See, I'm very cruel, and I'm thinking to myself that it snapped. It's not just like it fell, it like was out of the joint. It's like even if you put like the put it quote unquote back together, it's still like the wood itself is like splintered and snapped.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Is Totoy a wooden puppet?
Yes.
He is.
Yes.
Is he like kind of wired together with strings and stuff?
Ooh.
He has the strings that control him as a marionette from the top, but I would imagine that his actual limbs would probably be attached with something... Actually, you know what? I actually think it would be predominantly string, because that would allow him to move a lot more flexibly.
I would agree.
Well, Morgan, that old guitar he's had it for years and years and years, and it's gotten bashed and beat up in many different ways. He's found some sort of magic and stuff that kind of can help like restring and repair it. Will that directly translate to repairing a puppet? Nah, probably not. But could it slightly help? Possibly.
What would be the paired action?
I know what it is. Morgan will take his guitar out from behind him and smash it against the wall of the elevator.
Elspeth would probably involuntarily wince, not at the random act of violence, but the fact that she has to support her own weight for a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'll quickly regrab Elspeth and then weave with the manifestation the usual like sort of guitar repairing spell that I do, except directed towards Totoy and trying to basically create a marionette guitar hybrid.
And you would see one of Totoy's limbs would, with a twang, have a guitar wire pop through it into his body. And one leg, the other leg you can't find. That said, Totoy would not feel these limbs. They would be on, but he cannot control them. Oh, that's awesome, Janita. Guitarionette. That's fantastic.
Guitarionette.
That's perfect.
Can I try moving one of the legs?
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you that. But it would take some focus, you know? And so Totoy would feel like someone else is moving his leg for him.
All right, buddy. You doing okay? Does that feel all right?
I can't move my leg, but it's moving anyway. Am I gonna be okay?
You're gonna be just fine, little dude. Here.
Are you going to pick up Totoy?
Yes, that's what I was gonna try to do. I was gonna have Totoy's little leg kind of hobble around, turn over to me, and I'll say, here, reach up if you can.
Totoy can move one arm.
I'll move the one arm, and when you go to pick him up, he'll do his best to embrace you, and that'll be my paired action for Fill the Void.
Oh, excellent play.
Aww.
And
Morgan will kind of grab him up, kind of give him a little hug, and put him up on the shoulder.
Totoy is fortunately very light. Elspeth isn't honestly that bad. She's taken a lot of her weight, as much as she can. But Morgan, now supporting both crippled teammates, is now faced with another problem. Just past the crashed elevator, you are inside of a dingy basement area. It's poorly lit by crappy old-timey fluorescence. It has kind of a warehouse-ish look to it. The landing indicates it's B3, so third basement floor, generator level.
Well, I feel like there's nothing else to do but slowly walk forward.
And...
Yeah.
Yep. You first.
Well, he was gonna say, yeah, you still have to find a pump.
And Elspeth?
I'm looking around. You said you said there was an office down here?
No, you did not see any offices on the children's book map. It looked to be primarily like janitorial and actually like the power center for the building. So this is where all of their electrical is routed to. It also has some of their like sewage routing and stuff like that. So this is all utility stuff down here.
All right, I was looking for a rolly chair because Elspeth has seen rolly chairs before, and she was like, you know what, somebody might want to sit down here.
Well,
if there's a rolly chair.
There isn't a rolly chair, but what there is one of those like rolly warehouse carts.
You know, she can't move that by herself.
Yeah, it would be a little awkward, especially with its size. But as you guys walk forward, some of the lights actually flick on in the room. And you can see that you're on a small catwalk with a little bit of stairs leading down. The generator is in front of you guys. It's a massive thing. But also there's a couple things around it. You can see, for one, that there's all sorts of like large strange machines and mechanisms that none of you have the expertise to be able to identify. Two, you can see that there are a number of janitors who, maybe like 4 or 5, who are all looking towards you just completely stock still. And lastly, you guys would hear an intercom kind of screech to life. You know, that little feedbacky sound.
We'll just look over at those janitors and we'll just go, housekeeping.
That's an awesome line. The intercom, however, when it screeches to life, you would hear a familiar voice, or at least familiar to Morgan. It's the police officer who talked to him earlier. You hear,
Excuse me, sir. Morganus, if that's actually your name. You cannot respond to me. I understand I cannot hear you, but I speak a plea to you, a plea to your decency. Please come back up. You and the rest, please come back. You hold more in your hand right now than you understand. This is so much bigger than a missing child. Please come back. The janitors can help you up a utility staircase. You will not be in trouble. Please come back.
I
The
turn
intercom
to my
clicks
fellow
off.
agents, and I go, well, what do you think? We came down all this way. Do we want to just turn around right now?
Where's
yeah.
Abram?
I've never been a fan of the constabulary.
Yeah.
Dad will be sad.
I'd be sad too if we don't find that little guy. And you said he's down here, right, Elspeth?
I I'm going to lean into my injured hip just a little bit, using my staff for support to try to extend an image burner just a tiny bit. If it's off cooldown, I don't think it is though. To try to figure out if he's in this basement or he's above us now.
The extra pain in the hip, a broken hip is awful. Like, it's one of the worst pains you can have. And leaning into it, even just for a moment, is enough to make Elspeth cry out in spite of herself and actually collapse down onto the one good leg.
Yeah.
But, in your mind, you would get a one-word answer. Here.
I just nod. I'm in way too much pain to do anything else.
Yeah, Morgan, she would almost, like, fall off of you. Like, there's nothing you could do to stop her from going down, but you can see her kind of resolvedly nod from her position curled up on the floor.
Well, is that little wheeled cart nearby?
Yep.
I might go grab it and bring it over.
As you're doing so...
If you want to grab it, I would want Totoy to kind of like fall off of your shoulder so that it kind of lands on the ground.
Yep. Clonk.
All right.
And in so doing, Totoy would actually be left facing the generator area, and he would see the troop of janitors starting to close in.
Yep.
His
With his one good arm... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, his spirit is enough to be able to read their faces. They don't want to do what they're about to do.
With his one good arm, he's gonna start dragging himself, and in dragging himself, he like has his head pressed against the ground, which removes the faceplate away from his face, and showing his, I guess, faceless head, which is his death mask.
Sick. And as
they close in, we'll look up at like these janitors again, like death mask, so like there's no face. He's still wearing his ceremonial raiment. He looks like a child that's like has one arm and is like trying to drag itself forward. Very pitiable.
He sees like one of the janitors like take a quick step backwards, and another one says kind of softly to him, "It's all right, little fella. Just stop right there. You're gonna be all right, I think." One more time.
A-plum, right?
Aplon with an N.
Oh, A-plon, are you here?
Shh,
Your
it's okay.
dad
No.
is missing you?
Do something! And as you are doing so, the other man says, "I can't do anything, it's a kid!" Now, that said, Totoy is only occupying 3 of the 5 janitors. And to that end, as Morgan gets Elspeth situated, the other 2 are approaching, having circled around where Totoy is. One of them, again, everyone here has good enough spirit to see the just look of utter hatred of what they are doing. But that doesn't mean they're not doing it. It's a hatred of what they're about to do. You know, the about to is key. And one of the janitors kind of raises a hand towards Elspeth and says, "Sorry about your injuries, ma'am. We can get you upstairs and get those looked at." And the other one looks towards Morgan and says, "Sir, I'd ask you to put your hands up. I am armed."
So, I have a compound perk on my Great and Terrible called Resting Wizard Face.
What does it do?
Where initial perk on it I had before was activating it with mild annoyance. This is just internal long-lasting annoyance can be directed into an explosive activation of Great and Terrible. So I'm just going to slam my staff into the side of the cart and say, "I lost a finger and I broke a hip to save this child. back the feck off.
And what is the destructive force that surrounds her?
Oh, absolutely fire.
Yep. Morgan would even be kind of knocked off his feet a little bit, but the two janitors are shoved backwards, thrown onto their backs. One of their small guns goes sailing out of their hands, and both of them yell in shock. Morgan, immediate follow-ups from you. Even though you were knocked off balance, you still aren't, completely stunned or anything.
I am going to then. Oh, I have an idea. Yes. Okay. I would like to cast Veneer using my perk, leaving an impression. And this is going to be a little bit of an energy work, for sure. I'm gonna just sing the song. I'm all out of decoys, so I guess I'll just have to use you, boys. And I want to turn all of them into me. So everyone looks like Morgan.
Wow.
And they don't know which one's the real me.
Excluding Elspeth, I'm guessing, because she's immobile.
Yeah. And just to help the confusion even more, let's glitter bomb number 3.
Are you putting it around you and Elspeth, or a little further away near Totoy, or elsewhere?
I'm throwing it at the ceiling, just hoping it'll just get sprinkled.
Oh, excellent. Oh, there's a fan up there, too. Even better. Now, no energy work necessary. By word of perk, you can target all of them, and that's a pretty easy veneer. You know what you look like.
Oh, awesome.
And so, as all of them, you hear one of them shout out, James! James, what do I look like? Another one says, you look like the fop with the hat! But as they're like yelling to each other, trying to coordinate and figure out who's who, immediate follow-ups from Morgan.
Yes, I would like to, as they're saying that, take out my tape recorder with the speaker and record with James, what do you look like? And I have that.
Excellent. And as you are doing so, are you changing position? Are you getting to your feet? Are you moving somewhere?
Just kind of trying to shift and basically make it so that I'm then standing facing Elspeth in the position like I'm one of the janitors.
Absolutely. And Elspeth, you're nobody's fool. You know where Morgan was, and you probably didn't swap positions with another one when you were looking. What do you want to do with Great and Terrible active and fire raging around you, having just blown people away from your immediate vicinity? Oh, you're muted.
So is this one of those, like, when you said it's one of the rolly things, is it like one of the Hannibal Lecter stand-up ones or one of the flat ones?
One of the more flat ones. Think like library cart, but industrial size.
Okay. So I'm going to just start rowing that forward with my staff.
Yep. And given that Great and Terrible increases your size and commensurately strength, you can actually do so a good deal more effectively.
And I'm just pushing myself forward through the crowd of janitors.
As you are doing so, are you going to be saying or doing anything, or are you just trying to... Are you moving towards Totoy, or are you moving towards Generator, or are you moving towards elsewhere?
I'm moving towards Totoy. I'm going to try to scoop him up as I go by.
As you do so, you hear one of the janitors that you threw aloud screaming, I don't have my piece! Take care of her! Somebody take care of her! And you can see that the other janitor is like clambering to his feet, his face burnt as he grabs his gun, but his hands are shaking, and you can see that he is reluctant to just frickin' cap an old lady, even an on-fire one.
I just keep pushing forward.
And he tremblingly points the gun, says, Ma'am, please stop moving. Stop resisting. Please stop.
I need to protect the child.
And as you're doing so, the man looks away and shoots.
Am I
And
able to, like, slide to the side?
it's
at all
very hard
as-
to see where, like, you can't
Yeah.
triangulate his barrel.
Yeah.
And in this particular case, it is quite literally going to come down to two things. One, how tall is Elspeth normally? And two, what's her luck stat?
So Elspeth has 1 in luck, and she's like 5'4".
Under normal circumstances?
Yeah, under normal circumstances, she's 5'4", and she's sitting down. So
The shot takes her hat off. She hears a little "Rah!" from behind her as notices, like, still tucked away behind her head. You see that the man quickly looks around to see if he actually hit you. What do you want to do?
I'm going to lay myself flat on the platform and
Oh.
take out my pipe.
I'm so sorry. One quick moment. Oh,
If they try to shoot you
that
again, I'm
explains it.
going to
All right,
viewpoint
the mystery
and
of the
blank
fussy
you.
baby has been solved. Okay. Carry on, please. Yes. Pipe.
So I'm going to, with the flames still around me, lay down.
Mhm.
So it looks like possibly could hit, and then take a quick puff off my pipe, and then lay down like between my hands.
And
Good.
as you do so, you hear the man swear under his breath and come hurrying over to check in on you. As he does so, however, the fire still swirling around you burns his hands. You hear him say, "Ah!" And he kind of jerks away. But you hear him say in a quavering voice, like, you can't quite see him because you're laying down,
Ma'am, can I help you? I didn't want to do it.
I don't
Can I ask
say
you a
anything.
question?
I just let the flame go down. Flames subside as the pipe calms me.
And jumping over to Totoy, what does he want to do?
Was this one of the janitors that had to go past Totoy? Or was this one of the ones behind him?
So there were two that got around Totoy. This is one of those two. The other three that are that he is dealing with, none of them have gotten past him. The only thing that has drawn their horrified faces from his, reskinned death mask is the sound of Elspeth literally exploding. After which, you see that they're drawn between, like, oh, freaking burning ladies on fire. Oh, we all look like that one guy. But there's still one who hasn't been able to remove his eyes from Totoy.
Because I was wondering, because as I'm dragging myself forward, how would they react if it looks like I'm going towards them specifically?
Do you want to do so? There's the one guy who's looking at you, and he's closest.
Yes.
And you see that he takes, like, one step back, then two more hurried steps back. You hear him whispering under his breath, no, 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 no.
What's the likelihood that I can touch him?
He keeps taking a few steps back. What's the likelihood of you putting on enough explosive, sudden movement to get to him?
God!
Do I see this?
Oh, absolutely. Morgan is the one who probably has the most wherewithal in this entire situation. And given his temporary cover, and also him not being in the line of fire as freakish doll and burning lady, he doesn't have eyes on him at the moment.
Then I'm going to try and use the manifestation with the that I was already doing for the how it's all strung together with the guitar, and kind of tighten and untighten the tuning pegs in a rhythm that could help, like, just sort of like a running motion.
Oh, that's sick! So, like, a sudden...
I love that.
Almost like, applying electricity to a dead body to make it, like, twitch, and suddenly Totoy is like, and, like, leaps forward. The man is completely jump scared, but Totoy manages to grab his foot.
Death mask. If a user incurs illness, they'll also inflict it upon any being which they touch or are fully affected by the above galvanization.
Indeed. And you see that the man tumbles down, Totoy's hand still on his foot, and Totoy can see his face starting to become more gaunt. But Totoy realizes there's something very, very wrong. You've only been wearing, quote unquote, wearing your death mask for a little bit. You haven't incurred the full illness, not even close. But
Yeah.
this man, within seconds of you touching him, not only does he become skeletal in his face, his skin becomes translucent and you can see his bones.
Are they actually bones?
They're actually bones, but he suddenly looks wispy and you can see what look like little flecks of lightning going through him. And he says, "No, not yet. I don't want to go yet."
A friend of mine told me to don't forget to go to sleep on time.
And as Totoy says this aloud, Morgan and him would be witness to the man literally looking like he turns into a ghost and vanishes, leaving an empty set of clothes behind.
Good night.
The other two janitors nearby drop their guns and sprint. They just run as far and fast away as they can, screaming, "Reinforcements! We need reinforcements!" Totoy, follow-ups. Where would you like to be crawling towards now? You have no one who is in anywhere near crawling distance.
No, but I would imagine he wants to go forward as he continues and to go, "Mom, you have to come out. Your dad is looking for you, and he's really sad, and you're really lucky to have a dad that is gonna stay with you and will wait until they find you. Please come."
Can I do something?
Yeah,
as she's saying this, I want to plug Totoy into my amp.
Ooh. Wow. Holy shit. Yeah. We'll do it. You hurry up to him and take one of the guitar strings that you strung him with. And Totoy's voice blares out across the entirety of the generator area. Elspeth, the man who had been coming close, you hear him gasp when he hears both the other genders running off, and then he hears Totoy's words. And you hear him say, "It's over."
It's over.
I don't want to die yet.
What are you talking about?
He's still, is still a little far away, but he cranes his head in to look through the writhing fire. He says,
Please leave us alone. I don't want to die yet.
Hey, Plon, is that you?
And as Morgan calls out, Morgan and Totoy, not Elspeth, she's a little far away, but Morgan and Totoy would hear from the generator a soft voice that says, "It hurts."
I'm so sad. I already used Embrace Darkness.
Yeah.
Oh.
Totoy will
What
repeat
hurts?
those words, and it's almost like he's in tuned with the empathy radiating from that voice, and just repeats the words that he hears. So when it says he hears "it hurts," he also says "it hurts." And I would also imagine this is when the illness from his death mask starts to come on, and for a puppet, I'd imagine it's just wood rotting.
Yeah. Morgan, what would you do, or are you frozen in your place?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Morgan might just need 1 second.
And Elspeth, when Totoy repeats it, you hear the little voice repeat back again, the same words, louder, with a bit of a twinge in them. "It hurts."
So, with the flames subsiding, I'm just going to take my hand, my uninjured hand, and kind of push the janitor aside, hopefully trying to grab the gun as I do so, just to...
His grip is completely limp. You pull the gun out of it
Yeah.
effortlessly.
Yeah, I push him away, and then I start throwing myself forward again towards the others.
You hit a convenient slope, which gets you most of the way there. And at this point, Totoy has crawled close to the the generator in the middle of the floor, and can see the generator is uncommonly large and has a door in it, and generators do not normally have those. Not that Totoy would know that, but there's a door.
Morgan's near me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you open the door? It hurts.
Morgan will walk over and open the door.
As he gets that, like, Totoy's expecting it to be, like, dark inside, so with his, like, one good hand, he'll, like, reach over and pull out one of his altar lights, and then, like, when the door opens, he wants to hold it up, and then it turn on.
And as you open the door, you see inside the generator's dynamo spinning. And in a way that obviously a real generator wouldn't work, but we're well past the point of realism for this particular generator. You would see in the middle, curled up, the tiny floating figure with translucent skin and bones visible, and a plug running from the base of his spine into the generator like a toy doll.
Oh.
Elspeth slides into view of it as well.
Oh.
Can I crawl in again, continuing to hold up the light?
And as you crawl in, the dynamo, which you're like entering into, unrealistic though that is, lightning would immediately start arcing towards Totoy, but his ultralight would eat it up. The ultralight protects him from the electricity.
You have to help him. He's hurt and scared. And I'm hurt and I'm scared.
Actions.
There's not much I can do. I think this is all on you, Morgan. You're the only one without broken bits.
I'll walk over and see if I can get him out of the machine.
Does Morgan want to try to unplug him?
Yes, but I want to be ready to plug him back in case something very bad immediately happens.
As Morgan enters, he realizes quickly he has to stay close to Totoy. The proximity of so much of the strange magical electricity is not only making all of him twitch and shudder, but this is a generator. He knows that he could be fried like a frickin' egg if he were to step away from the altar light.
Then yeah, I'm going to pick up Totoy and walk over and pull the plug.
Would Morgan's hand be trembling?
Yeah.
Does Morgan have a billowing cloak? Or a billowing cape?
Yes.
Thank God for that. Because as he pulls that plug, all the light goes out, and an enormous surge of electricity breaks through the defenses of the light, and it is only thanks to that cape he is not dead on the spot. Instead, he's completely knocked unconscious and laid out on his back. Totoy, who is made of wood, and therefore doesn't have much of a problem with this, is flopped to the ground as the arm and the leg attached from metal guitar string go blasting off of him, certainly not comfortable, but he still has one intact arm, and he's not knocked unconscious. Elspeth would see a sudden burst of color and light, a blast of sound. The light goes out. And you would feel your Enclave badges ping.
I saw Morgan hit the ground, right?
No, you did not see Morgan hit the ground.
Okay.
And Totoy's altar light went out.
Oh boy.
Totoy would continue to crawl closer to Aplon.
And when he gets there, all he finds is a plug, and nothing else, still clutched in Morgan's hand.
Uh-oh.
Are you alright in there?
No response from Morgan. What would Totoy say?
I'm a bad boy.
No, you're not.
Would Elspeth like to crawl inside?
Yeah, if she's getting no response from Morgan, she's actually going to send Notice in.
And a good thing, too. He sails in and lands on Morgan. And first thing Notice would realize is that Morgan is alive. He can feel the heartbeat. Does Notice want to ping Morgan's badge?
Yes, I have Notice ping Morgan's badge.
You heard Totoy, but you can't see him. Notice can, though.
Yeah. So,
If
Notice
Notice gets closer to Totoy, Totoy will actually like crawl away, trying to like press himself against, like hide himself away almost. He doesn't want to be found.
lad, we have to get out of here.
No response. He
The
can
broken
still
hip.
feel, like the wood. I would also say that he would still feel like the wood rotting away. He's like not putting his.
Yeah.
He's not quote unquote taking off his death mask.
And Elspeth would feel that that broken hip is making it rather hard to sit and wait.
Yeah. Ordinarily, she'd help him, but she pings out.
What would Totoy like to do?
I think he would ping out. He'd feel too guilty.
Yeah. I am going to add one quick epilogue here. Totoy does not know how long he stays there, and he does not know how bad the sickness gets. All he knows is he cannot move, and he cannot hear, or he can hear, but he can barely see, and he feels like his face would squish if he touched it. All he feels is the guilt radiating through him until he hears the softest footfall. And he would hear a soft voice. Time to get you back. Get you fixed up. Come on, Agent. You have more to do. Are you going to do it, or am I?
Only good agents become real boys. I'm
You
not
should-
a good agent.
You should see some of the people I work with.
Will he still love me?
That's not for me to answer. but good boys don't only get one chance. Go on.
He'll do his best to, like, turn his head over to the...
He's
source
too
of the
weak.
voice. Yeah, in that case, I think it would be like, it would try, but it comes like, eh. Yeah.
Here.
I don't think he'd be even strong enough to ping himself out.
He feels a hand pick up his one hand, and the hand helps him ping himself out. Time for your second chance. And on that note, we will end the mission.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Now, that ending bit I did in lieu of you needing to do a rescue, by the way, because at the end of the day, the threat was dealt with, so...
It was? Wait, did we win, or... No.
Mission fail, unfortunately.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what I thought.
Actually close, though. Actually quite close.
I should have unplugged it.
But the key was, now let's see. Did you guys figure out what was going on?
No.
Well,
Not 100%, no.
it's because like it's the idea of like, oh, this they needed a source of some sort, and they used the child as that source of like some sort of energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got that.
The skyscraper and everyone in it were dead, technically
Yes.
speaking.
Got that.
And
Yes.
the generator was the only thing keeping them among the living from
Yes.
passing on. They were ghosts, effectively. Which is why as soon as you hit one with an illness, boom, that was you effectively forced to the death. Additionally, every single one of them was in on it. All of them knew. And this was not
The
the
father?
first... Oh, not him. All of the ones who were occupants of the skyscraper knew. And this was not the first time they had done this. They needed a power source.
Yep.
I
I got the
knew
idea
all
that they
and
couldn't
I
exist
just
without the kid.
Didn't think.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, did you need to know the exact mechanics to do the mission? No, you did not. But the reason it's relevant is because that's where the focus words led me.
Yeah.
The guilty conscience of 3,000
minute.
people, for one. That was the big one. I mean, yeah, they were all in on it. They all felt terrible. Like, they hated it. But they didn't want to die. The real answer might haunt you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Accomplished.
Tears in Heaven. Well, first of all, duh. Second of all, do you know the story behind that song?
Mm-hmm.
A little
No,
bit, yeah.
the Eric Clapton song?
Yeah, Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton's 3-4-year-old child died by falling out of a skyscraper window, and that's what caused him to write the song. So it was a play on that. As a fun fact, by the way, both Aplon and his father were also dead, but they got slurped in. They weren't able to move on because they were not native to the skyscraper, so to speak. But again, not relevant to the mission. The goal was to get him out of the building so he could move on. And didn't happen.
Yeah.
So what happened to him? Did he just
Poof.
disappear?
Yep. And I will tell you right now, I do not think there was a way to win that mission and save Aplon. I don't think there was a way.
Yeah.
The
Now,
only way would have been to be like, see what's going on, tell the father, convince him to get out.
that was
That's
the
only
main
quote,
goal.
quote, way to win.
Yep. And you see the things I threw out earlier, like the emphasis on the plug-in doll and talking about the generator, and then you see that there's this whole world out beyond, and the building itself is actually condemned. Yeah. When I had 2 characters on the mission who's, as I was saying earlier, have classes with majorly powerful fact-finding abilities, namely Insidious Whispers and Mimisbrunner, and so I had to make the mission in such a way that a single use of that didn't win. And so hence why I set it up the way I did. That was my design. I'm so sorry. Your focus words didn't let me do a nice mission.
No, this was amazing. This was amazing.
That was amazing. I was expecting something more horrifying, to be honest.
Yeah, I was trying to make this, like, horrifying in a more, like, human way. like, wow, they literally all know they're doing something genuinely horrible, and they're doing it anyways because they're too scared of dying. And this ended up being a much more violent mission than I thought it would be, because everyone here did not want to hurt anyone. Yeah, you guys really got roughed the hell up through this one. It was intended to be a much more social mission, but you know, it's such as the way things go, and it ended up being pretty freaking awesome. Questions?
Thank
So
goodness for Enclave
after
Medical.
Apom was disappeared, so did all the residents of the building,
Gone.
including the father.
Yep.
I guess that in a way that's kind of a merciful death.
Kinda.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we did the right thing, question mark? I don't know.
Yeah. You know me,
Well-
I like my morally ambiguous missions, so.
Why did it have to be that kid? Is it just because when they went in, they were not already dead?
I'm not going to go into the detail about it, like super big details about it, but what I will say is an untimely death provided them more power. You can think of the generator as almost going off of the life potential of the person.
Mm-hmm.
I have the tiniest, most granular question ever.
Yeah, please.
Why didn't the button light up when we got stopped on the ground floor?
Because she had pressed the security button, and security buttons don't light up so that people in the elevator don't know they've been pressed and freak out.
Oh, okay.
Yep. This is a elevator fun fact, especially for certain old-timey ones. But it's, again, not something that I expected characters to know. I purposefully plopped Totoy and Elspeth into this setting, both because funny, and I know these two, but also because I had a feeling that their magic would break the setting a lot more. And so I was kind of trusting them to break it. And, you know, mission accomplished. By the end, I'd say. Other questions? Jennine, you had one?
I lost it. It's all good.
Any other questions about the plot or calls I made or similar?
No, just you bastard.
Yes, I'm so sorry. This is my second time. I mean, I don't mean to keep throwing Totoy into missions where children are in danger. I genuinely just keep getting focus words that make me think of it.
Fair.
Yep.
Fair. The only time Totoy has not had a mission and where he's been like sad or traumatized is when there's not children involved.
Indeed. And we're about I don't know, 25-75 on that with my missions. I apologize. Nice. In that case, to quickly go through all of you, let's begin with Morgan. I have never seen Morgan before. This was my first time seeing him. And wow, first of all, such a fun use of the persona mask. That was delightful. Second of all, the fact that he ended up having to take care of both of the others was wild. Like, genuinely wild. The restringing manifestation on Totoy was really, really cool as well. I liked that a lot. And I thought that your initial play of like, okay, let's get the message out. Okay, the message isn't getting out. What the hell am I supposed to do next? It was a very logical progression of things. Made complete sense for Morgan as a character. And I feel like I understand him now that I've hosted for him. The main thing that surprised me about Morgan is he has quad will. Wow. I had no frickin' clue before I looked at his character sheet, except I think he may have mentioned it at one point and just like went in one ear out the other. And when I looked at that, I was like, ooh, nice. I can do a terrifying magic setting and not completely screw him. And he has a billowing cape. Perfect. And that billowing cape literally saved your ass. So.
Yeah. I probably could have gotten a little more out of the abilities, especially if I hadn't thrown and pulled the plug.
The big one was Viewpoint. Viewpoint was the one I feel like could have been used a lot more. But I will say your best play by far and away on the mission, in my experience, or from my perspective, was when the elevator opened on the lobby and you pretty much single-handedly held off the police. Like, that was a really good play. Like, don't get me wrong, everyone contributed a lot to that big elevator descent, but that play was great. And I feel like you do a great job of manipulating attention on Morgan. What's Morgan's vitality?
2.
Up that shit. He plays like a vitality character for sure. Really fun seeing him, and great to finally be able to host for you. I apologize for doing it on such a mean mission.
I mean, hey, this was a great design, and it was super fun playing, and yeah, it was like 2 hours or so. We're just like genuinely really funny, and then
it was awful.
Else happened.
Yeah. Jumping over then to Totoy. I've seen Totoy quite a few times. He's ending up being like one of the most common characters on recorded missions for some dang reason.
This is his third, yeah.
I know, that's crazy. I not only do I love seeing Totoy because you really do such a beautiful job portraying him, and he needs to be wrangled. Like, he is a character who must be wrangled by his team. Your Fill the Void was frickin' critical because that saved Morgan's life. Even with that billowing cape, he would have frickin' died without that Fill the Void. So it was Fill the Void plus billowing cape plus that little ass end of the altar light that saved him from that generator. That was terrific. The yelling bang through Embrace the Darkness while falling in an elevator shaft was wild. He incurred so much damage on this mission. He got fucked up. It was so cool. And it made me realize, like, yeah, being a puppet has its advantages. You can, like, get smashed in an elevator shaft and be fine. But at the same time, there are other things that'll just screw you. Like, literally...
he's just a toy. And I hope that his resilience reflected that, and it did. And I'm like, perfect.
Exactly. And so he got to be, like, creepy and cool, and it was awesome. I think that your best play on the mission was the Death Mask.
Yes.
The Death Mask sequence was brilliantly done. What's up, love? You know what? Yeah, pass me a baby. Here, I know.
I don't have a shirt.
I know you don't have a shirt.
No.
Tarzan the baby. Okay. Pardon. I forgot to mention, Mushroom, another, I think actually maybe your best play on the mission was plugging Totoy into an amp. That was sick. That was so cool.
I was like, wait, he's half guitar.
But Totoy's entire sequence with the doll, I kept being like, please, please, please use Insidious Whispers on the doll. Please, please,
you know
please,
what?
please.
I was thinking about that, and I was like, nah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And I'm so mad. The moment you revealed there was like, oh, the life force is in generator, I'm angry at myself. Because I was thinking, oh, let's use Insidious Whispers on the skyscraper, on the doll, on the building. It would be really funny. But in my head, I'm like, I have no reason to.
Yep, and you were so close. Like, that would have been enormous. I even at the end when the kid was actually literally plugged in, I was like, damn it.
I know.
It was awesome though. It's wonderful to see Totoy. That wooden gun is one of the most like sleeper useful common items. For being a frickin' wooden gun that does literally nothing, it sure gets used. And the entire stabbing the doll thing was hysterical as well. Totoy just walks this line between hysterically funny, like wildly inconvenient, and horrifying. Like he's the midpoint between those three. And you play him beautifully, and this was no exception. And lastly, Elspeth. Elspeth was in such an interesting place on this mission, because not only was she kind of on like Totoy duty for a chunk of it, but she was also like trying to be like, okay, I gotta figure this out. Miss Burner, let's figure this stuff out. The pipe plays were really good. That bit at the end was actually really tight as well, where she like interlaced her fingers over it, kind of faked death. That was really sick. I think that not only was it kind of, Elspeth is a cool character. She's so like tough that she gets like messed up and she's like, yeah, I'm all right, and just keeps on going. But I think that for me, I was really interested to see you stretch her limits of like being in pain and crippled on this mission, and you did a great job of embracing that and really fulfilling her limitations. The Winds of Change to help with the elevator was a very nice. That could have been disastrous without that. The wrangling Totoy was quite fun as well, helping him with the map. Oh yeah, Meeks also the map, the children's book, awesome. And then getting Elspeth to read it, yeah, that was awesome. Elspeth also engaging with a modern setting, being like, oh, I've heard about these things before. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, that was fun as well. Best play for sure was Resting Wizard Face Fire Explosion. That was awesome. Like that was such a cool play. And her being like the last man standing at the very end was so cool. Yeah, you guys got messed up on this one.
Thank goodness for Enclave Medical. That's all I can say.
Indeed, the baby agrees. Now, any final thoughts or questions? I have an idea for a mission name.
I have one as well.
That was my question.
Yeah, Mushroom, what's yours?
Pulling the plug.
I had pull the plug. That was literally what I had down. Yeah, do you want to do pull the plug?
Yeah.
Yeah, pull the plug.
Yeah.
Perfect. It was destined. Marvelous. In that case, thank you guys so much for taking the time to play, for being on my first mission back after a 6 months break. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch, both live with us now and out on YouTube. We're going to do our quick sign-offs. Let's begin where we started with Jennine.
Oh, that was actually my first failure. Yay!
Whoa! What a track record.
Right? That was insane and a lot of fun.
I'm so glad. And Meeks.
I feel like this was Totoy's grow-up moment, and I cannot think of a better conduit to have it with. Thank you.
Oof.
And thank you, everyone, for watching.
Beautiful. And lastly, Mushroom.
This is great. In hindsight, I should have not pulled that plug, but
no one faults you for it. I feel like if we took a poll of every Enclave player, it would be like 10-1 pull the plug, right?
Yeah.
You did brilliantly. I'm so glad to get you on a recorded mission, Mushroom. You've been an awesome, new addition to our community, and it's awesome having you here. And
it's been wonderful being here.
To all you who are watching, thank you so much once again for taking the time. Please come check out Enclave at your earliest convenience if you have not done so already. And as always, my name is Robby Howell, and ciao for now.